Welcome to your new wrestling obsession. This is Off the Mat, fresh off a weekend full of professional wrestling. Whether you were watching Saturday night's main event, whether you were watching AEW Double or Nothing, which was, for my money, essentially the best, not just AEW pay-per-view of the year, but full all-on wrestling pay-per-view of the year. AEW Double or Nothing outperformed WrestleMania both nights, in my opinion. What a great match AEW put on. What a great pay-per-view. Take notes, WWE. That's how it's done. And potentially Tony Khan could be looking at taking over or making a giant foothold in the world of professional wrestling with AEW here in the coming months if he plays his cards right. But boys, how are we doing this weekend? How is you guys did a great watch along for Saturday Night Main Event on Saturday night. Kudos to you. I was watching it while I was in line with my kids at Disney. So
pretty good job. It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, we had good. We had some good banner with the chat. We had you in the chat.
Yep.
It was good. And it was a good show.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
You could see when Sol Ruca was wrestling, Dom had to get so far up to the screen that like he could almost see right up their butt crack.
I was like this.
Yeah.
He was looking at her soul snatcher.
Damn straight.
As he was. Oh, well, boys, what are we cooking on this week? What do we got up our sleeve?
We had some good Monday Night Raw. You know what? Not for anything. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. The highlight, Penta is really shining with the Intercontinental Championship. There's a lot going on. I like the mid card. The mid card is starting to really pick up steam with Rusev and Ethan Page and Von Evans. There's a lot going on with that, and also Rey Mysterio is now back in the mix. And congratulations to Rey Mysterio, general manager of AAA Wrestling, which is good. So that means Dominic Mysterio will be losing his belt pretty soon. So, the AAA championship belt.
I think he will start throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him.
Listen, the Seth Rollins and Montez Ford fight, that was good. That was a good showing. We got a lot of stuff in the Dom dirt sheets, and a lot of rumors and speculations that are happening in the world of professional wrestling. You're right. AEW was a great PLE. It outperformed. Right, it did outperform WrestleMania day 1 and day 2. Nick Foley is now part of the AEW bunch, and congratulations to MJF for winning for the third time his championship off of Darby Allin.
Which I don't understand how AEW can put on such a great pay-per-view and then turn around and deliver such a dog shit Dynamite.
I know. That's why you see, they got to do great pay-per-views, and Dynamite are going to be the TV stuff is going to be subpar or caca.
But they have the potential to gain a major foothold.
And I really think they are, because with the acquisitions of the New Day coming and potentially other release WWE superstars, there will be a lot of things happening, because it's becoming a star-studded bash over there in AEW, and when these guys become part of the roster, it's going to probably take off so we'll see.
I just think the problem is AEW has it's like two opposite ends of the same coin, which we're going to talk about in our off the top rope segment. But like AEW has too much professional wrestling on their PLEs, where they've got 10, 12 matches. Let's see. Double or Nothing had the 5 they had the Women's World Tag Team match, trios, 10-man, another tag match, a singles match for the international championship, the Owen Hart Foundation tournament match, another singles match, another 2 Owen Hart matches, a fatal 4-way, that's 10, the 14-man Stadium Stampede, and the title versus hair. So yeah, 12 matches on one pay-per-view.
But
which caused problems for people to get out because I guess MJF and Darby Allin didn't even go on till like 11 p.m.
That was the 11.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Listen, you know, sometimes so much of a good thing is bad, but you know what? That's you're paying to see professional wrestling. You're paying not for the commercials, not for the backstage segments. You're paying for wrestling.
Well, then WWE do 5 matches or 4 matches,
and you got 19 hours of friggin' commercials and 19 and 32 hours of friggin' backstage promos. Come on, man. Really.
Well, tonight before we jump into our off the top rope segment, why don't we go ahead and just recap Saturday Night Main Event and get that out of the way, so that way we know who the IWC Off the Mat champion is before we give our Clash in Italy picks. Because I know we had some people. I know Brandon Young in the chat is itching to hear our Clash in Paris pick or Clash in Italy picks. So, Sticks, why don't we start off with Saturday Main Event?
Sure.
We'll do that.
I forgot to put them into order of the way they were on the PLA, but that's the only thing I didn't do with the.
That's all right.
I just do it the way we don't. Well,
yeah, I think I already had them pretty well in there, anyways. All right, so here we'll get into our results for Saturday Night's Main Event. All right, first up on my list, anyway, was the Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill team 6-man tag. Bliss, Charlotte, and Rhea, Jade, B-Fab, and Michin. It's Jade, B-Fab, and Michin winning over Rhea and company.
And I gotta say one thing: you gotta give more screen time to Michin. She is absolutely great. I don't know why.
Really great out there.
I don't know why they bury her and she's just there for but you got to make that girl wrestle more. She is really good.
Can we just change her name back to Mia Yim, please?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Every time I see Michin, I think it's my chin.
Michin! I hit Michin!
I hit my chin.
Knew this was predictable. All this freaking going back and forth and friends and hugging and all this stuff like that cost to the match. And I said, listen, Jade Cargill has to be strong. She has to win this.
You told her? You called her up and said, hey, Michin,
I said, listen, yo, Jay, my girl.
Got her on the demon dialer.
You got to definitely make things shine, man. You got to look good going into Clash in Italy. She goes, no problem, D. I said, you got it, man. Click.
First thing Dom says when he got her on the phone, he says, make sure I can see your ass a lot. Next thing, it's make sure you're glistening. And then, make sure you're...
Listen, she got a best Michael Jackson freaking clothing on. She looks good.
They came out in that Michael Jackson
tribute clothing. It was really good.
Criminal and
Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was good.
So, that was good.
So, I was the only one that took Rhea here for my own reasons, I guess. But Jade, they pulled it out good. It was a good match. And once they started doing their congratulatory slaps on the back, there, Rhea
all hugging each other.
Yeah, we knew what was going to happen next.
The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. There's going to be definitely be a betrayal. Freaking Alexa is going to probably betray Charlotte, or Charlotte's going to betray Alexa.
I think that's going to
coming soon.
Hey, you cost us by
Cheers.
Doing your congratulatories early, and so. All right, good. I enjoyed the match.
So Eric wasn't a part of it?
Nope, he didn't give picks.
Nope. He didn't give me picks. Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. Saw Becky get disqualified for pulling Jessica Carr in front of the Soul Snatcher, or what would have been a Soul Snatcher.
Unfortunately, Ruca got hurt.
So
we don't know how bad the injury is, that it could jeopardize the Clash in Italy. And I'm saying it right now. Just have Jessica Carr fight freaking Becky, win the belt. Put her in there.
I don't think her injury is in any way costing her anything for Clash in Italy, because they're already over there. SmackDown tomorrow night is in Italy. It's on early as well if you have a VPN and watch it on on Netflix. I think it's at like noon our time, something like that.
2 p.m.
But I don't think it's not gonna affect if she's gonna be off the Clash in Italy card. They would have already pulled her.
I know, but
That's what I thought.
Listen, have Jessica Carr, please. That's been boiling up for fucking over a year. There you go.
All I'm gonna say about this match is, what's up, Sol Ruca? Like, Sol Ruca finally got the chance to take the training wheels off, got to go to her speed. She was outclassing Becky, and Becky knew it, so she had to get Jessica Carr involved in order to give Sol Ruca a title shot. And I think it was stupid that WWE switched this from a championship match to a non-title contended match just so they could pull some chicanery to set a match up for Clash in Italy, because they had to pull Clash in Italy together in a week.
In changing it kind of shows your hand, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna change it to a non-title match. Well, then Ruka's gonna win.
She was coming out fast, and
you really
we're
was.
We're gonna talk about off the top rope a little bit about Sol Ruca as well, because I have some theories on what's going on with her. But I finally like that Sol Ruca got to show up and show out.
She was really, really outclassing friggin' Becky big time, but we'll see. And guess who's going to be the ref at Clash in Italy?
Probably Jessica Carr.
Of course.
Yeah. That's going to come to a head at some point, Dom. Don't worry.
Definitely does.
That's going to have to come to a head at some point.
Brandon gave Saturday Night Main Event a 6 out of 10.
Yep. Penta versus.
It was nothing more than a
Ethan
glorified
Paige.
house show, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ethan Paige, this was a bang of a match. It really was good.
Why does Penta look like he looks like it's fucking Bronson Reed under the Penta mask? His head looks so fat.
I said
He's got like no neck.
And the way the face is all crooked too.
He looks like he's been pounding burger after burger after burger over here.
Hey, and speaking about burger, today is International Burger Day. Hope everybody got their burgers. Thank you very much.
Every day is the International Burger Day when Dom goes to.
Oh, give me my burgers and bourbon. This was a good match. Unfortunately, my boy lost, but don't worry, he will be winning this belt soon, very soon.
Dude, that picture of Penta looks terrible. Like, he's all off center. Like, his chest isn't even the right spot. Poor Penta, man.
Fuck it. They're like, fuck it. It's okay. You don't see what he looks like. He's just he got best paint on, and that's all good.
Yeah.
Good on Ethan Paige, man. He really showed up and showed out in this match. He's gonna eventually win the title off of Penta. It's not going to be Rusev. Unfortunately, it's not going to be Javon Evans. He's eventually going to take this belt off Penta. But it was a great match. Ethan Paige is definitely doing good things on the main roster so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Penta and Danhausen look like cousins.
Well,
I mean, he looks like Danhausen's freaking experiment over
monster.
here. Yeah. In that picture.
Very nice, very evil.
Poor guy.
I'm the only thing I'm going to say as far as Paige goes, and I feel bad for Javon Evans because Javon Evans got called up first, and Paige seems to be getting more of a push.
Don't get me wrong. I'm telling you, I think Javon Evans there's a huge future with him. He will be winning championships.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not a future. I'm just saying
he's going to wind up winning a tag team championship. He's going to win some stuff. He's going to win some gold. It
almost feels like they're priming him for a heel turn after what he did on Raw on Monday night.
Yo, did you see him crack his back on the freaking the announce table?
Yes,
that was crazy.
Yes. Yeah, but like I said, it was flush with the back. That's why he didn't get really.
But this was a good match. This was one of the better matches on Saturday Night Main Event. Ethan Paige, my boy, good things down the road.
Only me and Matt took Penta on that one, so that's where the points went here. All right. Bella, Brie and Paige, and
This is such a waste.
Lash
Man.
Legend and Nia Jax.
Such a waste.
Do you think? And I think it was.
Now I wanted the Irresistible Forces, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, to take the belts off them, because Nikki Bella's coming back. The betrayal is going to happen. She's going to get Paige out of there. They're going to betray her. That's coming soon. So
I think that's when they're going to end up taking it from them.
I have to irresistibly force myself not to change the channel whenever they're on the screen.
don't worry about it. Listen, Lash Legend is winning Queen of the Ring. So
I want to talk about that later, because we'll talk about that later. Hopefully that's in one of the segments, because that we'll talk about that later. Well, that's a good match. Not really. The ending, I did like the way they ended it, because I think it was the right play, keeping it on them, because I think Irresistible Forces will end up getting it down the road when the twins come back together, and that's probably when they're going to end up losing it. So, or just before the twins come back together, maybe. So,
and twins.
The twins.
I knew they were going to keep that belt, because they're not taking that belt off of them until Nikki Bella comes back. They're gonna have them drop those belts in the next week. Nikki Bella will be back by SummerSlam, and I think that
Paige will be out of the group, and exactly.
Bella Twins will win the belts back, and it'll be Nikki and Brie like they want.
Yep. And then they'll win it back again. With the two of them. So, Vision versus the Street Profits. Vision end up retaining.
unfortunately, Logan Paul on the mantle for the next 6 months, next 6-8 months.
Kind of crazy.
I swear the Vision is cursed. The Vision is cursed.
Yeah, they're snake bit big time.
Oh my God, man. Every member got hurt. Every member's been out. And I have a feeling.
Well, except Austin Theory. And if I was Austin Theory, I'd be running for the hills, because that means your turn's next.
Well, listen, Monday night, he walked by freaking Maxine Dupree, and they looked at each other. She had a big smile to him. So
yeah, she's joined in the Vision. She's coming.
She's
but they just need to blow this group up, man. It's time. Get rid of the Vision. The group doesn't work anymore. They serve no purpose. They're doing nothing but holding back Braun Breaker. They're holding back Paul Heyman. Logan Paul doesn't need him. The only person who really benefits from this group right now is Austin Theory. And who really cares about Austin Theory, right?
Right.
Don't you think the smart thing, and I mean, kudos for WWE for coming up with I wrote it into your contract that any Vision of them or any member of the Vision can hold the tag team titles. Don't you think it would make sense for them to add maybe Grayson Waller to this group and have Grayson Waller be part of the Vision, so him and Theory can just tag team together again?
But I got another thing. I think Montez Ford is gonna betray and be part of the Vision. I think he's definitely gonna betray. And
I see Angelo Dawkins being the one that.
I just said that too. My friend said that. You said that Dawkins doing that. That's the betrayal. But Montez Ford looks more of that type, because they want Montez Ford to be free to do his own thing. So you put him on the Vision, he'll do his own thing.
Yeah.
Listen, and
it's hard to say that they will, because they're so strapped for, and it's their own fault that they're strapped for tag teams.
But now they're apparently showing interest in Enzo and Cass, which we talked about last week. And now apparently they want FTR.
FTR.
But FTR would be stupid to go back to WWE.
It's actually actually in my going to be in my friggin' my sheets.
That's fine. They're not coming over. I don't. They have no reason to. They treated them shitty the last time they were with WWE.
AKA, where are the Viking Raiders?
Shitty again.
Where are the Viking Raiders?
Yeah, Viking Raiders.
Triple A and Triple A.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid. All right, so let's get to the point.
You know what's unfortunate? All king aside, love him or hate him, freaking Logan Paul.
Boys, I think I called the perfect Saturday Night Main Event. I don't think I missed one.
Stop being cocky.
Yeah, you did.
No,
I didn't.
You know what happens when you're cocky? You get shit on you. So shut up.
Which one did you miss? You missed. Oh no, you're right. You didn't.
I called a perfect Saturday Night Main Event.
You're right. You did not. Which leads us to the points. All right, here we go.
I got my triple B back. I got that big beautiful belt back, baby.
There you go. Which leads us to the.
You weren't even here. You shouldn't even have it. You weren't even here.
He was here for the picks.
No, he
10
wasn't.
time.
He wasn't
10 time IWC off the mat champion.
Down left. Thumbs out.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Hey, you pitched a perfect game, as they say, and did good. So there you go. There's your.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Listen, he only pitched the perfect game for riding the coattails of us. Jesus.
Listen, I don't need to go out here and catch bribes from a comic book creator like some people on this panel to get.
I don't know.
Right?
I think bribes.
2 people on this. Mark Spears.
Don't look at for me for Mark Spears. That was not my. That's not my pony.
I'm looking at you for Mr. Kyle Starks, but
all
right. So that means that I am your reigning, defending IWC off the mat PLE champion. The question remains: can I carry this belt through Clash in Italy this weekend?
Nope, you're gonna lose it. I'm winning this time.
I don't think I am. I think I got my
I got
firmly on the butthole of the pulse of Clash in Italy.
I got what perfect scenario is gonna happen in Clash later on. We'll talk about.
All right.
You challenge me for the title this Sunday at Clash in Italy. I accept your challenge. We'll see. We'll see when we give our picks. But all right. Well, all in all, Saturday Main Event was a glorified house show. It wasn't terrible, but all it did is progress to injure people.
And I'm gonna hate to admit it, but Dom is right. They don't change belts on Saturday Night Main Event for nothing. Nope. So he's 100% right.
Oh.
It's been I'll say it's been a while since they've done it anyway. It's been a while since they've done it.
That's Frankie from
Yo, Frankie, how you doing, huh?
Aquatic Ape.
That was my New York accent. How you doing, huh?
What's up?
For someone who lives in New York, that was a terrible New York accent, Sticks, by the way.
I live in upstate New York. I don't live in downstate New York.
You live in the South New York.
So, yeah.
All right, let's get into our top rope takes. Top rope takes is where we've got 5 topics and 2 minutes apiece to talk about these topics when they are usually the hottest news stories in professional wrestling. And we're going to start off with, what's the bigger problem right now? WWE feeling too polished, or AEW feeling too chaotic? As we are off the heels of a fantastic Double or Nothing showing for AEW and Saturday Main Event, there's a lot of complaints right now that WWE feels too corporate, too polished, too many ads. There's that professional wrestling feel is all but gone from the company. And some people feel that AEW is too chaotic, relying too much on professional wrestling and too much on color and wild stipulation matches. Boys, 2 minutes on the clock. What's the bigger problem right now? WWE feeling too polished, or AEW feeling too chaotic?
Well, look, we all know that that WWE outshined AEW for a while. Now that the corporation has finally taken its stand, corporate America, it kind of like really definitely ads, too many corporate it's just too corporate. It is.
And they're saying if you're watching on Netflix, no matter what tier of Netflix you have, you're getting ads. So even if you pay for the non-ad tiers, you're still going to get ads.
You get ads.
I pay for the non-ads.
It's a pain in the ass because you want to watch wrestling. And like I said, WWE has been 9,000 backstage segments, commercials, 5 matches. You're paying for wrestling. You're not paying to watch.
If you're lucky.
Freaking DoorDash, the DoorDash commercial, the freaking goddamn, all those dumb commercials.
The door.
What's the phone? The phone line that they
Cricket Wireless.
The Cricket Wireless. It's all you see, over and over again, and they show it multiple times. If I had a drink every time those commercials came on, I'd be plastered because they show up so many times. Now AEW,
that's our next game.
They were like the friggin' the redheaded stepchild, for a while. Now they're starting to make moves and too chaotic because they put in too many matches. But the fact is that you go to a wrestling match, you want to see matches. You want to see wrestling matches. Now they have to figure out how to juggle that to make it the time, because the time, like you said, Darby Allin and MJF went on late, and it was a pain in the ass. So they have to figure out the time restrictions on certain matches, and if they're going to do that, or maybe break it down. You don't have to have 10 matches, but if you have more than 5-6 matches, that's a good wrestling and make sure it has depth and story driven, and it gets to the agenda. What's it about? WWE, they've been putting matches together, and like I said, there are certain things that are great, and there's a lot that's bad.
I mean, I think six matches is like that sweet spot.
Yeah.
If the AEW could retract their pay-per-views to 6 matches, that'd be great. They have great wrestlers. They put on great wrestling matches. That is, there's no debate about that. And I really think that AEW's foothold is going to come next year around WrestleMania season, since WWE is going to be in Saudi Arabia. What kind of PLE or counter programming can AEW do here in the States to kind of really cement themselves and take over? For me, the biggest problem right now is WWE. When it's so corporate, so full of commercials, there's no predictability. Everything is the same formula. It's very formulaic. Raw begins and ends the same way every single week.
Yep, it's about
we have no gimmick matches anymore. When was the last time we had a lumberjack match? When was the last time we had a Falls Down Anywhere match? When was the last time we had an I Quit match? When was the last time we had a casket match? We had one on NXT
you had the casket. You had the ambulance match.
When was the last time we had like a bull rope match? When was the last time we had a strap match? When was the last time we had any of these good gimmicky matches in WWE? Yes, AEW is where the best wrestle, they say, but there's too much wrestling. WWE, there's not enough. There's too much corporate sponsorships. So for me, the bigger issue is with WWE right now. I'm a fan of color. I think AEW uses color well when it's used correctly. They don't have to use it every pay-per-view, and I'm glad that we didn't see that at Double or Nothing. Nobody bled at Double or Nothing. There was no real use of blood there. WWE doesn't really use it that much either. But I'm sick and tired of the formulaicness of WWE. We need a little bit of unpredictability, or at least to switch up our match types here. So for me, the bigger issue right now is just how polished and corporate WWE is feeling when I wanted to kind of go back to a little bit more rough around the edges, keep me guessing, not being able to call it so right down the middle. I want a little bit more excitement and a little less predictability.
Agreed. I do agree with that. I mean,
what's this?
With the ads, we talk about the ads. So WWE right now is trying to pack everything they can get and squeeze out every dollar that they can get out of the time limit that we have, like 2 to 3 hours. And you're getting spots in the ring, here comes the Slim Jim table, or, the turnbuckle has some other sponsorship. The ring has a sponsorship. The chair has a sponsorship. And they're squeezing everything they can into to get the product placement, into there. And AEW they don't do that. I mean, they don't really have to do that because they're not self-employed, but self-governing. Their money comes from the cons. Where TKO, their money is coming from all of the sponsorships and things like that. It's not Vince McMahon and his money anymore. It's TKO because they're corporate. They're on the books. Everything has to come from somewhere else. It's not coming from them.
And I read an article too that Monday night we saw Javon Evans versus Penta for the IC title. It was an 11-minute match, and 6 minutes of that was televised wrestling. That's the other 6 minutes, or 5-6 minutes, was ad breaks.
Yep.
Wow. Not good.
So,
look, let me tell you something. I'm not saying take away, revenue from the sponsorship. That's the way things are. It's been like that a while. But when you really go deep into that and you take away the wrestling aspect, that's the problem. Where you're investing. Look, how many times you have commercials? How many times you're watching Monday Night Raw? Commercial comes on, you're invested. All of a sudden, the commercial comes on, and then you're busy doing something. Wrestling comes back on again, and you're like, you know what? I've missed a couple of times. I missed matches because I'm busy doing other things.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
And it's like, unfortunately, at least SmackDown has a little box there. You could continue watching when the commercial. But why I was
going to bring that up.
Why don't they do that in Netflix?
Yeah, do the split screen.
Watching can watch this match still going on as the commercial break.
Yeah, you can still have your commercial and still have it, split the screen like they do, like you say in SmackDown.
Exactly. You can still have, have the little box showing what's going on. And that's the problem. Look, don't get me wrong. Look, AEW, eventually things will transpire as time goes on. Wrestling, becomes a big corporate thing. AEW, eventually they're going to have their ads. They're going to have their things. It's going to happen. But when you get too commercialized, it takes away the fun of what wrestling's about.
I don't think so, because AEW can just rely on revenue brought in by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I don't think they have to. I mean, they're going to have their ads, yes, but I don't think they're ever going to be as ad heavy as WWE is.
Right, but AEW's ads are coming from the app, from the network that they're on. It's not from them. Where TKO is coming from TKO.
But look, right now we're getting more bang for your buck with AEW.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And WWE needs to figure out what they're doing and bring back some of these gimmicky matches. Just give us a little bit more variety, a little bit more fun. I can tell you what we did need, though, is that news broke this week that during the COVID era, the pandemic era, when we were in the Thunderdome, remember that, where it was just an empty arena filled with screens and you could log in to see your beautiful little face on screen. You could actually tune into Raw and see Dom sitting like this up front trying to scratch and sniff the screen. We were going to get a relaunch of the NWO during the pandemic era with a supposed founding member of the NWO leading the charge. Kevin Nash came out and said it was speculated, it wasn't him, it wasn't Razor, it wasn't X-Pac. So a lot of speculation was that it was supposed to be Hulk Hogan who came back to reform the NWO. That was going to consist of Sheamus, Cesaro, or Claudio Castagnoli, whatever you want to call him now, Slow Style Shinsuke Nakamura, and
Snitsky.
What kind of hodgepodge bastardization of the NWO would this group have been? 2 minutes on the clock. Are you guys happy or sad that we didn't get a relaunch of the NWO?
Aside, the pandemic really was a downtime. It was sad. It was so unreal watching wrestling with nobody in the stand and them doing their promos and doing their stuff. It was so weird. But you know what? It kept us entertained. We had those live shows. It was great. McIntyre was great in that time, doing what he did.
He was really kind of the only thing WWE had at the time.
I know, but Roman Reigns was there too.
Yeah, but he was still big dog Roman Reigns. He wasn't the tribal chief yet.
Also, he had to stay away too because he had the his
leukemia,
and he had to be careful with the COVID. And I understand that, but the whole fact is that this could have been maybe it could have been good, maybe it could have been bad, but it most likely bad because you have shit freaking Snitsky
Yeah, that's the one that got me. This shit.
All I remember is when he grabbed what's his face, Michael Cole against the wall. Remember that time?
Oh yeah.
No, that wasn't him. It wasn't him. No, it was what's his name? Who was the other dude that they had? The other guy. He had the army military cut. Anyway, make a long story short, it could have worked. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it wouldn't have worked. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm surprised at the character assortment that they had for this.
Yeah, the idea of getting the NWO back is interesting. This lineup, however, would not have been interesting. I would not have gone for this lineup. This lineup does not scream NWO to me.
No, it really doesn't. And I feel like this would have been a gigantic fail. And it may have tarnished the legendary status of the NWO. And so I'm glad that it never happened.
Let me ask you a question. If they do decide to come back with the NWO, who do you think should lead the charge?
Ooh, that's a hard question at this point.
Think about it.
LA Knight, I think would be a good one right now.
Yes.
LA Knight.
CM Punk would be a good one right now.
What about Seth Rollins?
His groups always fail, it seems.
Yeah, his groups are so formulaic.
Yeah.
What about McIntyre?
McIntyre would be a good addition to the group. I don't necessarily know about leading the charge.
Yeah.
Right.
Kevin Owens,
Ethan Page.
Oh,
Ethan Page, Sami Zayn, I think would be good. I think Trick could do it too.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Carmelo Hayes.
I don't know about Carmelo Hayes.
I actually, you know what? On SmackDown, he was, he's good. I'm glad that they're using him more. But
it just seems like you've got to have a different gear or mindset for like the NWO type of group, like that kind of like rebel without a cause.
Right. Like who would be the Hulk Hogan, the leader? Think about it. Of the group.
Right. I mean, right now, I think it would be CM Punk.
CM Punk?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're going current roster, it would be Punk. I don't know, chat. Who do you think would make up the new NWO group?
Give us your
What about you, Sticks? Who do you think?
I think the way they're thinking about it, like having Hogan or one of the original members slide it up, is the right way to go. So I'd probably go with the big sexy Kevin Nash coming in.
I mean, he's the only him and X-Pac him and X-Pac are like the only like remaining founding members alive.
Well, and I don't think
honest with you, like I don't even really remember X-Pac being in the NWO
for a little bit.
My recollection of the NWO is always Hogan, Nash, and Hall.
That's it.
Yeah,
my boy's real big.
I mean, there was they had the NWO. Didn't they have the NWO in WCW? Yeah, they had it in WCW for a while, didn't they?
Then they had the started. And then you had the faction that everybody was against Goldberg at the end.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was started there.
You had two versions of it. You had the NWO black and white, and then you had the NWO red and black Wolfpack.
Yeah, Wolfpack.
Right.
Yeah.
With what's his name? Oh my
Gunther.
God.
What do you think? Gunther would be a good member?
Name?
Would Gunther be a good member of the NWO?
Conan. No, I don't think Gunther would fit in the NWO.
No, he's not a team guy. He doesn't play off as a team player in any form of what he's done.
I mean, I could see Braun Breaker being in the NWO.
He's not a team player either.
See Logan Paul being in the NWO.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Paul. Yeah, I can see Paul.
Braun Breaker and Logan Paul definitely, because Braun Breaker could be badass assassin to the group.
But slow style. I mean,
not slow style.
Well, I'm actually glad they're using him in SmackDown. He's becoming more.
Three of the longest entrances right now are Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Penta. Like, I don't know.
They're all part of the NWO. Imagine that.
I think it'd be cool to see Penta as part of the NWO. But
yeah.
Moving on, Dominic Mysterio says that WWE doesn't know what to do with him. So, boys, I mean, we have not. He had a long Intercontinental Championship run. He had, barely defended it after Cena, and then lost it to Penta. He has barely defended the AAA Mega Championship. Boys, do we really think put on your GM hats? How do you think WWE could use Dominic Mysterio better?
Well, for one, you got to break up Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they don't have a freaking opponent for freaking Liv Morgan, and she's a champion, which is ridiculous.
Has she even defended the belt since?
No, she hasn't.
No,
she fought Sol Ruca.
And Sol Ruca was a non-title match.
Yeah. So other than that, she hasn't fought. They don't have any contender for her, which make no sense.
Which I really feel like they're buying their time for Stephanie.
Listen, have Raquel fight her. Have Raquel fight her. That's what you want to see. I want to see that match. Raquel versus Liv. That's what I want. I'm tired of it.
There was a thing online, I think today or yesterday, where everyone was kind of talking about how she hasn't defended her belt and no one's really saying anything. But because when Jade was not defending the belt, everyone was saying how she wasn't defending the belt and she wasn't. Don't
understand their logic on putting these belts on these girls and not having anything for them. Come on, you can't tell me you don't.
Because half their fucking roster is wrapped up in the tag team bullshit.
I know, but they could start pushing females out. They got females in the back. Where's Ivy Nile? Where the hell is Maxine Pereira? You don't want to see her fight, but the whole fact that she's still part of the roster. Where's Natty? Where are some of these people that could actually come out and put up some fight? You're waiting for Stephanie. Have other people. Send SmackDown and Raw. There's no draft. There's no friggin' different brands. It's all together. Have people from SmackDown show up and fight. Go after the belt.
Finn Balor's another good one for NWO.
Oh yeah, Finn Balor definitely.
Yeah, Nettie that on LFG. That's where she's at.
It's a shame. Dirty Dom is a freaking goddamn. It's great. They need to put him in more matches, and you can't just have him fight Finn Balor. I'm tired of Finn Balor fighting Judgment Day too.
When Dom was coming up, and he was originally the initial plan was to put him under a mask. Do you think it's time for him to go face, drop the AAA championship, and go under a mask? Do you think it's time he carries out that Mysterio name and puts on the mask, or do you think he won't ever put it on at this point?
Well, you know what?
I don't think he needs it.
If he does put it on, he would make amends with his dad. Make amends with his dad. Get over that angle of the deadbeat dad shit, and that's it. And move on. Because right now, he's a good heel. He's this and that. It makes no sense. Look, you know what's funny? He's getting no action going on, but he still has screen time. What about the guys in the back, like LA Knight, missing for a freaking month? Have screen time. Screen time. He gets screen time. He's not fighting. But other guys
and that's just lazy writing. So you put him with a faction to give him screen time so he can be out there and interfere in his stablemates' matches, but he doesn't have to actually wrestle himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's kind of what they're doing with LA Knight is they have no idea for him, but the fans are saying, like us, are sitting here every week screaming, "Where's LA Knight? Where's LA Knight? Where's LA Knight? Why isn't he in our TVs?" And you get the speculation of, well, maybe he left the company, and you get all this shit going, and then you bring him back, but you put him right back where he was in the center of this bloodline bullshit.
The bloodline and the vision. He's both things. And now he's going to be going to King of the Ring. Listen, you want to make a splash and use Dominic more? Have him tag team with Jade and McDonough, become a tag team, and go for the tag team title. They'll be good as a tag team. Have them, Finn Balor should go for the mid card, push him in the mid card scene right now, and eventually put him to the championship picture down the road. Build up that mid card too. Wouldn't you want to see Finn Balor versus freaking Penta? That'd be great.
I would love to see it. I want to see a demon Finn
Balor. I want to see Finn Balor versus Ethan Page.
Yep.
That would be a bang of a match. Yeah.
Brandon says he thinks that Finn wins the AAA championship and Dominic wins Money in the Bank, and LA or Braun Breaker win King of the Ring. LA Knight's not winning King of the Ring. I'm sorry to tell you,
He's not.
is not winning.
It's unfortunate he's not. He's never going to win a champion. He's never going to be a part of the championship picture.
I can't wait to talk about that.
No.
But Sticks, how would you use Dominic Mysterio?
Listen, I like Dominic at AAA. Yes, he's your main roster talent, and you could still have him there, but he needs to wrestle more in AAA. I think him down there, he gets some great interaction.
I think he definitely will now that his daddy is the GM down there.
And I think so too. Yeah. And that's where I put him. Judgment Day, yes, Judgment Day kind of needs to go away. I can see him and JD tagging. I can see him do that, but he needs to get more play in AAA, and I don't know.
I want to see him be put with. I want to see him be put with a more like traditional luchador tag team partner. I don't want him to go with JD McDonough. I want him to get away from the Judgment Day. I would like to see him with maybe Psycho Clown, maybe Dr. Wagner, maybe him and Vikingo. Him and Vikingo team up to be a tag team, or I would like to see a more traditional, like I said, luchador in that aspect versus just breaking up the Judgment Day, but having them still stay with Judgment Day members, kind of like they've done with everyone. Like Finn's on his own now. Rhea's doing her own thing. Damian Priest is doing his own thing. Edge isn't even with the company anymore. So, it would be interesting to see them do that. If they're going to break up the Judgment Day, break up the Judgment Day. Don't just have these two separate and go off on their own.
Yeah.
You do have great ideas, Brendan.
You do.
Yeah.
But
we appreciate it.
That's what I would have Dominic Mysterio go on a solo run. Honestly, he could do great heel work. He could do great face work. I really think they're building towards a Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio for that AAA Mega Championship belt. I wouldn't be surprised if El Grande Americano, whether you want to go to the domestic abuser Kaiser or alleged. Sorry.
Wait, no, he was no abuser. The real story behind it. What happened was that
he on an elevator like his name's Ray Rice.
No, he was slobbing his wife, his girl, and somebody got in the elevator and says, "Have some manners."
Yeah,
he was his girl, and said, "If you don't have
I don't think any of that happened.
Ice in your girl." And so he ran out and beat the guy up because the guy said he was going to call ice. I know. So there was no domestic abuse from him to his girl.
I know it was domestic abuse is the wrong term. Assault, alleged assault.
Alleged assault. So the fact is that, and then his boy friggin' Gunther bailed him out of jail. So
good on Gunther. But I would have him go on a solo run, separate him from the Judgment Day, have him drop that AAA championship, and maybe put him in the mid card. Maybe even put him in the put him in the championship. Get some fresh blood in the championship title scene, and I think
but actually
it'd be interesting watching Dominic go after that.
I don't think Dominic is a championship material yet. Mid card. I think the mid card and tag team champions is
he's shown that he can do it. He's carrying the.
No, he's shown it, but you know what?
The AAA Mega Championship.
I know, but compare that to the WWE Championship. That's what I'm trying to say. It's give or take. But the whole fact is, though, you have some good points if he's going to team up with somebody in AAA, which would make a lot of sense.
He already carried the mid card. What are you going to put him right back in the Intercontinental Championship? Put him right back on him,
dude. That would be he'd fit perfectly. If you build up that mid card, that could be the friggin' must watch thing. Fight him against friggin' Javon Evans, him against Ethan Page. Rusev, he fought Rusev in the set, but you build up more of that mid card because listen, right now the championships are being hostage because Roman Reigns got the belt and he's gonna have it for a little bit longer. Cody's got the belt, and
the problem is that the mid card is almost too athletic for Dominic Mysterio at this point.
Yeah, but he's good, man. Dominic, when you make him,
he is good. He is good, yes. But
but look. My thing right now, I actually think a tag team, since the tag team division is really shitty, you have him tag with somebody and go for the belts. Shit, you know what? You really want to get crazy? Have him team with Javon Evans. That the fans will like it. If Javon Evans turns heel, or if Dominic turns good again, you do that eventually. But I think the mid-card and tag team championships is the way Dominic should be booked right now. And you shouldn't just have him being a freaking goddamn wheel with a female group right now that he's with by interfering in matches and not doing anything. That AAA belt, there's nobody in AAA that's going for that belt now. How long does it take to make matches for that AAA belt? So
I think they'll be coming fast and furious now.
Yeah,
now that Ray's in charge, they'll be coming fast and furious. I wouldn't be surprised if Penta is challenging for that belt, if Ray Phoenix is challenging for that belt.
Yep.
Yeah,
well, Ray Phoenix.
In all honesty, WWE needs to just take that belt, the IC title, off Penta. As much as I love him as
put him with Ray
and put him and Ray together. Yeah,
look. Let me tell you something. The freaking division, the tag team division, will be super upgraded. You put them together as a tag team, and you have a couple more other tag teams. Look, basically for a tag team division to cook, 5 really good tag teams. Because look, back in the Attitude Era, you had Edge and Christian, you had freaking guy to the Dudley Boys. You had
Hardys,
Billy Gunn, and
you had the New Age Outlaws, you had the Hardys, you had the Dudleys, you had you can keep going. And you had great factions like the Ministry.
Yeah.
There was the Rock and Sock Connection.
But you really think about it, that the tag teams division was great. And then when they put the tag team belts on freaking Stone Cold and the Undertaker, then you had a Rock and Sock Connection. The tag teams really thrived. Right now, they don't have any ideas for the tag team belts to any good innovating freaking ideas that would propel the division. So put teams together that really need to be put together to make them legit tag teams. And like I said, since the two shows aren't separated anymore, you can add those. Unite the belts, both belts of both shows. You have more fighting power for each belt.
And that's kind of what WWE is going to do. Is they eliminated all those tag teams to not only save money, but also to build tag teams with people who are already on the payroll that they're not using in the back. And unfortunately, credible tag teams, like, what do you do? Call up Hank and Tank? They're saying they're going to try to rebuild their tag team division with using people like Kit Wilson and The Miz, created teams. And that's what we don't want to see. We want to see teams that have synergy. But I mean, I'm not the biggest Hank and Tank fan, but at least they're better than The Miz and Kit Wilson.
The women division, put Io Sky with Julia.
Yeah, that needs to happen. I want to see them fight. I don't want to.
Eventually, I actually think she turned face. She got a new look now. I've been watching Instagram that she's doing things with Kit Wilson. She's doing other things too. So she's like doing different things now. But like I said, I don't think she's gonna be. You haven't even seen a fight either. She hasn't been around.
Yeah, they need to. She's gonna end up feuding with Kiana James before too long.
Yeah,
but exactly. All right, WWE may have completely dropped the ball with Sol Ruca already, and how do you have your hottest star coming in? She had a great showing against Saturday Night Main Event for John Cena's Last Time Is Now tournament. And that whole Saturday Main Event match against Bayley, great showing. We were saying, call her up. She had a great debut on Raw, even though she lost to Liv Morgan. But since then, it seems like WWE has not had any real understanding of how to use Sol Ruca, one of their most talented and most athletic women. We're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. First of all, do you boys think that WWE has completely dropped the ball on Sol Ruca? Or do you think that she is just getting a push too quickly and she's not 100% ready for it yet?
I I'm sorry, Sticks. Really quick. I think that she is very athletic. She overshadows a lot of the wrestlers that are in the back. That she's too quick. She might have to change some of her style to catch up, because the rest of the ladies in the locker room can't catch up to her style. So I think she's too quick and athletic, and they need to slow things down with her. And I see big things. There's definitely going to be big things. You don't have to win every friggin' match to become a huge superstar. And she definitely will become a huge superstar. And she's going to, look, let's put it this way. We all know in friggin' Clash in Italy, she's winning the belt. You know that for they're going to give it a belt. So, but they need to slow her. She's just too much energy. You seen how she was shining against Becky? Becky had no friggin' chance. The way she was moving around and the way what she was doing. I think there was times that Becky was didn't she was confused, she couldn't catch up. So that's what I think. I think she needs a slower pace down a little bit.
Sticks, what about you?
I don't think they've dropped the ball, but I do think they've mishandled her debut matches a little bit. Losing the first match. Maybe do the no contest on the first match. If you don't want her to win the first match, but if you're gonna call her up and you're gonna place big things on her, don't have her lose her first match.
What they did,
that's what I just think they mismanaged her.
Here's my thing, kind of to piggyback off what Dom said. I think it's the opposite of what you're saying, Dom. I agree that she is very quick, but she has had to slow down because WWE's main roster style, and they're worried about TV production and the production of all of it, where they're not as worried or focused on that in NXT, has caused her to have to slow down. And I feel like the fact that she has to slow down and play down to her opponent is what's causing her to have sloppiness. It's what's causing her to have the sloppy setups for the soul snatcher. It's what's causing these botch moments, is because she's having to slow down and play to a slower opponent, where Becky's a pro. Becky can make anyone look good. Becky went in there and Sol looked great against Becky. Look how quick she was against Becky versus how quick she was against Io, or her match against Liv, and then go back to Saturday Night Main Event last year and watch her against Bayley.
Yep.
She has to kind of slow down, and you would think Io should be able to speed up, but that's where that house show comes in, is they don't have any chemistry together. They've never worked together.
Yep.
So, we don't know how much Sol and Becky work together in NXT, how much they train together, how much they know each other. And so you can kind of see that synergy isn't there. And so I think that, yes, WWE has botched her with having her lose so much as a main roster call up, because she was hot and the most demanded call up when she was brought up. But I think it's also that she's having to have to slow down for the WWE main roster product. And that fact that it feels like she's in her head. She's like, okay, I need to slow down to set up this soul snatcher, to make sure I'm on hard cam's side, to make sure the shot looks good. And that's where she's messing up, is because instead of trusting her instincts and just going like she would in NXT, she's having to worry about all this extra stuff as far as the production value of it goes on the main roster. And that's where her sloppiness is coming in.
Well, the two freaking soul snatchers that she did were very sloppy. The one that she botched against Becky the first time, and then the one that she botched when she got Jessica Carr. That kind of a botch, but not a botch. She got hurt, and I don't know. There's word in the street she has a spray. She sprained her foot or something. I'm not 100% sure what's wrong with her. They haven't said anything yet. I haven't seen anything online of her being totally injured, but they did mention that she did injure herself a Saturday Night Main Event. So we'll see what happens with that. But, that's why the house shows are very important. You're definitely right. And I'm glad house shows are back, so we get some chemistry with some of the other wrestlers with each other before they go into pay-per-views.
All right. And our last topic, LA Knight announces return of the King and Queen of the Ring tournament on Raw Monday night. Boys, what are your thoughts of the return? But not to mention, caveat, it was announced that he's declaring for the King of the Ring, but there was no announcement of when the King of the Ring is going to take place or how the tournament's going to take place or really anything about it, just that the King and the Queen of the Ring is coming back. A lot of people are speculating that.
I heard Monday night the qualifiers for King of the Ring start.
A lot of speculation is that the winner of the King of the Ring is going to get to choose their opponent for which championship they want to go after at SummerSlam, since we got a 2-night SummerSlam. Boys, thoughts on the return of the King and Queen of the Ring?
Go ahead, Six.
Shitty. This is the most shittiest reveal ever.
This should have just been the John Cena tournament, right?
Well, you got this tournament. You got the John Cena tournament. You got, pick a tournament. Well, how are all these tournaments going to go on at the same time? Are they all going to lead into the same thing? And why is LA Knight revealing this? Why isn't the general manager coming out to talk about it? Why isn't why LA Knight?
I think it's the Monday night after the pay-per-view we're getting. I think I'll talk about it.
It boggles my mind why all of a sudden TKO is, let's just do these tournaments. We're going to have this NXT John Cena tournament. We're going to have this King and Queen of the Ring tournament that's going to end up who knows what, because there's nothing revealed about it. There's nothing on their website about it, and I looked. So I don't know what they're thinking.
So him bringing
announce it, but I have no information.
Yeah, so him bringing that up on Monday night, and then they mentioned next Monday he's going to start the qualifications or the qualifiers for the King and Queen of the Ring. And you're right. Where the hell?
There's still no information.
When is the John Cena tournament going to happen? You got the King of the Ring tournament, the John Cena tournament.
They have to figure out the semantics of that fucking train wreck before they can even get that thing anywhere near off the ground.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's like they have these ideas and they're like, yeah, just we'll tell them this. And then they're like, but what are we going to do now?
We'll see Monday night. Look, LA Knight's not winning. You know why LA Knight's not going to win? I'm going to tell you.
What are you talking about?
Jimmy Uso is the reason why he's not winning the fucking King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. The Yeet Master's back.
No, that's Jey Uso. He's saying Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Big,
oh, Jimmy.
I mean, who do you see when the men and women's King of the Ring?
What do I see? Lash Legend. I told you.
You think it's Lash Legend?
Yep.
What about you, Steve?
I'd be all right.
Who do you see?
I'd be all right with
the
Lash.
men?
For the men's? Oh God, yeah, damn. What do you think? I don't know. I have a feeling I know, but
you know who'd be great?
Who? Miss Ethan Page? It's gonna be Obafemi, dude. It's gonna be Obafemi.
Nah, fuck no. It can't be Obafemi.
I think it'd be
It's not gonna be Obafemi. Not gonna be Obafemi. I don't even think he's gonna be in the tournament.
Oh, he's gonna be in the tournament.
No, because
I think they've already got him scheduled for that.
No, he can't lose. What's gonna happen is that he might be in the tournament, and Brock Lesnar's gonna freaking make him lose because it's gonna be a trifecta. The trifecta of Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi is happening in SummerSlam, or before that. It's an main event because
no, it's not. So it's not gonna be a Saturday Night Main Event. He is not scheduled. It's probably going to happen, yes, but he is not scheduled for Saturday Night Main Event.
No, in July. No,
Lesnar is not scheduled for Saturday Night Main Event.
Okay, but he's winning
according to Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
If you want to believe Meltzer, but
yeah.
I mean, I think
some of the other people out there.
Yeah, I think I love the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. I love that it feels like a glorified Royal Rumble at this point, where the winner gets a championship match at SummerSlam. But yeah, I agree with Sticks. Too many turns. You got the John Cena debacle to figure it out. Now you got King and Queen of the Ring. Let me ask you this. LA Knight. If LA Knight did leave the WWE, he's in his 40s. Is there any market for him anywhere?
Yeah.
If he leaves the business, if he leaves WWE, AEW doesn't want him.
They got Edge. Edge is like 90 years old, and they figure about the championship.
Yeah, but Edge is they bring him in because of his legacy, that he's a legend.
I know.
But LA Knight isn't. So really, there's no market for LA Knight if he leaves WWE. His career is effectively done, right?
But they're killing his career anyway because he's not winning anything.
Well, he's not even having matches.
He had the US title for a little bit. Did he ever win the Intercontinental Championship yet?
No, he's only had the U.S. Championship.
The Super Champion. Yep. So he might be
because he can't get away from the swirling vortex of the bloodline and the.
I know.
Division.
He fits in the bloodline. That's what they do. They have him the bloodline against Division and all that stuff like that. Listen, his life is dedicated to mid-card. That's it. Basically, you can have a tag team. I told you, put him and freaking Zack Ryder together. You have Knight Rider. Plain and simple. You want a tag team? Put him. The only gold really is he going to win is a tag team championship.
Except it doesn't work because he's not Zack Ryder. He's Matt Cardona.
Yeah, but Zack Ryder might turn back to Zack Ryder because he's not winning anything.
He wasn't winning anything as Zack Ryder.
I know, but I'm just saying, whatever. But no,
that's WWE creative being shitheads. They should really be using.
WWE creative changed freaking Ethan Page's song to music, which sucks. What are you doing?
Yeah, they're going to death rebel everybody. What are you
but I don't know. LA Knight, it's a shame that he has the he's over with the crowd. The crowd loves him. Comes out, he gets a big pop. It's just unfortunate that they don't see the belt on him. And I don't understand why. He's destined.
And Dom, you gave me the great idea of who should have announced the King and Queen of the Ring. Booker and Sharmell should have came out in full regalia announcing
King Booker.
But have more information to give us.
Well,
that's what I want more information.
They're gonna probably
we're gonna find out the night before.
Advertise it Sunday. They're gonna probably advertise it on Friday night or Sunday, and then Monday night is the first round of the tournament. So,
it's probably going to be where the finals are at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, like they've done before. So I want to see the field before I even get excited. And the field has to be something that rivals what AEW is doing with the Owen Hart Memorial Classic, whatever it's called. Because if it's not, then who cares?
Look at the great way they gave us the field the last time they gave us the tournament. That field was, so anamorphic. It didn't know who was fighting who until the night of.
Yeah, freaking Gunther winning King of the Ring.
Remember how we had to kind of guess who was?
Did he lose? Gunther lost to Sheamus.
Yeah.
No, Gunther won King of the Ring, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, because that's how he won his first championship.
No, not the King of the Ring. There was some other tournament. I don't remember what tournament it was.
Well, I know he won the crown. Was it the crown jewel?
No, he lost. Well, he lost the crown. Well, he lost the crown jewel against Cody last time.
I'm pretty sure Gunther won King of the Ring.
I think he did. Oh, did he? If he did, he did.
So last year it was Jade and.
Yeah, Gunther won the King of the Ring tournament in May of 2024.
Oh,
he defeated Randy Orton in the finals at WWE King and Queen of the Ring.
No,
2 years ago
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, because then he fought Cody because Cody fought him last year. Yeah, and Cody won.
And Jade Cargill won Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. Hey, was it Nia Jax King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring too?
Nah,
yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
in 24.
But too bad Xavier Woods couldn't have won it when actually it fucking mattered.
Right.
because
when it was actually a
Zelina
PLE.
Vega was the first ever Queen of the Ring.
So you're trying to tell me Obafemi wins King of the Ring. He gets the title shot against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam.
Yep,
Whoever he wants. Yep.
they're gonna push it, or you feed him to, or you put Gunther against him and have him take that belt off Gunther to get rid of Gunther already.
We already saying that Gunther's going to win the belt off Cody, huh? He probably is because Cody's supposed to have a, like I said, Cody's supposed to have a.
You have to. You don't make this match to have Cody beat Gunther.
Listen, you're going to have Cody versus the Vision in a small storyline. So there's definitely going to be some. They were talking about that, so I don't.
The Vision, it doesn't make sense now. The Vision's all on IR.
Yeah. Bronson Reed's coming back.
When?
Probably Clash in Italy.
All right. That's it for our top rope takes. Our fastest 2 minutes on our 5 topics. Now we're going to hand it over to Dirty Dom Tober, our resident dirt sheet master, to tell us what the Dirty Dom dirt sheets are talking on this week. Dom, what's the street saying, my friend?
All right. We have. Let's go to the videotape. So apparently, they're talking about the rumor mill that they're discussing that Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, and Brock Lesnar as potential winners in Clash in Italy. You're already saying they're going to be the potential winners. So anybody picking, Jacob Fatu, Jay Cargill, and Obafemi. Well, we all know that Obafemi was going to lose. That was a gimme. They were talking about it that he's going to lose to Brock. To build a Brock stock going into his retirement match. So, what do you guys think? You think the dirt sheets are lying on that, or you think there's some truth to that?
I think I don't want to talk about that until we're giving our Clash in Italy picks.
I know. It's
you're pretty much forcing us to lock in a pick right now.
Right.
Now,
Nice try.
Nice try, Dom.
The only thing I'll say is that, as far as
pull a Sticks and Kyle Starks fast one here right now.
as far as that goes.
Okay. All right. You know what? All right. We'll talk about the that later on with our picks. I'll go to another topic.
It would have been a good to
kind of breaking the wrestling world. So word has it that Lyra Valkyria is looking towards a potential move to the Mexican wrestling scene. So, what do you think about that? That she's looking to go probably to AAA to fight a little bit in AAA because
Right.
Bailey's there.
Yeah, I can see her moving down there. I wouldn't have a problem with her going down. And she's not really making any headwind on the main roster, so putting her down there with the girls in AAA.
Why do we want to take away from all the female AAA stars to feed that area with WWE talent when WWE isn't utilizing their own talent? When this women's division is sorry that we were just talking about Liv Morgan not defending her championship since WrestleMania a month ago. And we're going into our third PLE since WrestleMania. Our second, our second PLE and our third event, because count Saturday Night Main Event. She hasn't defended that belt. She hasn't wrestled. So why do we want to watch Lyra Valkyria walk over there and do stuff in AAA when she should be being utilized in WWE? Right.
So to the respect of the dirt sheets, I will say this: it's if she is given the chance or the opportunity, you can either stay here and they might not use her as much because they haven't been using these girls, or you can come down to AAA and get used a little bit and get some matches in. She might take the headwind and take the matches because you get some exposure where she's not getting any. She's barely getting matches on the main roster. And if they're not going to in the short term, long term, sure, she'll come back up when they get settled into maybe having
But
something
how much
for these.
exposure are you really getting in AAA right now when they don't even have a TV?
I think
deal? You have to watch them via YouTube.
I think their YouTube.
It's
Gets
not even
good views.
I don't even think it's the exposure. I actually think it's more of the credibility of being able to wrestle in that environment and wrestle. So you get a different dimension.
That goes along with the exposure, though. That I mean, that's part of it.
Exposure will come, but if you look, you're seeing what's happening. Freaking goddamn El Grande Americano is freaking a legend over in there in freaking Mexico. They freaking love his ass. You know, he gets freaking a huge pop in the crowd. You know, so you bring her over to wrestling. You know, so most of these wrestlers. So look, let me tell you something. It's a showcase for wrestlers that are in the organization, because now that the WWE owns AAA, the sky's the limit with all the wrestlers going back and forth. So there's a potential for everything. And, you know, if she wants to like really build her skills up more, it definitely, because look, the Lucha Underground is making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
So
potentially.
Apparently not. Apparently the rumor or the ads they've been putting out is just that they're bringing their library to their YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
So they're just bringing their previous Lucha Underground episodes to their YouTube channel.
It could generate interest, though.
It could. You're right. It could.
Definitely could. All right. On to another topic. I mentioned this topic before. We talked about a little bit in the beginning of the show. So apparently, Paul Heyman reportedly confirmed his availability for WWE SmackDown General Manager role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's heating up. You know, now for that to happen, the other rumor is that Nick Aldis is going to go back into wrestling, and word on the street, potentially, rumors we don't know, that McIntyre comes back and have a potential match with Nick Aldis, because he's the one that throughout the entire time screwed him over and over again. So SummerSlam, we could see that potential match. What do you think about that? What do you think about Paul Heyman potentially becoming the general manager of SmackDown 1 and Nick Aldis becoming going back into the wrestling, putting his boots back on?
I like it, but I don't think right now is the right time because I feel like right now there's too much Paul Heyman on TV. Between his duties with Brock Lesnar and his duties with the Vision and all that, I think much like Danhausen, he's being utilized too much, and too much of Paul Heyman and too much Danhausen isn't necessarily a good thing. The less the better, because then you have that impact. So I kind of feel like him being the GM right now wouldn't be that well received.
No? Okay.
Yeah. I think if those two things go away for Heyman, I think if those two things go away for Heyman, then you move him into that position. But you don't give him a third thing to do.
I mean, he's still got to sit here and figure out how to make sense of Brock Lesnar saying that he's a retired beast, but yet he's not retired, but he's still retired. He's coming out of retirement to fight Obafemi, but he's still retired. You know, it doesn't make sense. Usually when you come back to something that you retired from, you're unretired. So makes sense of all that.
Yeah, so like I said, but do you see the Paul Heyman thing? But what about the Nick Aldis going back?
Yeah, I think that's 100% makes sense. Nick Aldis has said publicly he wants to get back into professional wrestling. He wants to get back in the ring. The Drew McIntyre thing, I think, made more sense a year ago when he was in the height of his feuds and Nick Aldis was suspending him and all that. It made sense then. But you know, WWE will eventually pull the trigger on it. They'll just be a day late and $1 short when they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I can see it 100%.
Mm-hmm. Hey, all right, we have one more, and this is a weird one, kind of a weird by a wrestling feed. The nurse who was present during Hulk Hogan's death has disappeared. So remember the story at the beginning? We're talking about all the.
What did you say? She's disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah,
so apparently, so Brooke Hogan raised several concerns of the circumstances surrounding her father, Hulk Hogan's passing during an appearance on Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Good old Bubba the Love Sponge.
Exactly. He says, why are we making changes to the autopsy after the guy's been dead for 10, 11 months? It's almost like we got every single thing like a game of Clue. He goes, I'm missing a candlestick, Colonel Mustard, because every sign points, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And it's just have the, if we just don't have the duck. Goes, so she spoke about the unusual decision to involve the private doctor, the nurse, instead of a standard hospital staff. So anyway, it says the nurse was upstairs fixing the toilet during something that the grapevine, through the stories I heard, the nurse has been sent to go do something, and while he was gone, the dad passed away. Hulk Hogan passed away. So now they're just saying that the nobody has seen where the nurse went. That the nurse has disappeared.
I mean, she's probably went into hiding, honestly. Like, imagine all the scrutiny she's probably gotten with the release of the goddamn, that was loud. The release of the Netflix documentary on Hogan. You have Brooke Hogan, who is his daughter, out here screaming foul on things, saying that things don't add up, things aren't right. Bubba the Love Sponge has been very vocal about it as well. You have all these different aspects of it. You think that she's probably got to go into hiding because of all the scrutiny that she's facing and everything. And just, it's very reminiscent of the Michael Jackson situation in a lot of ways. Like, apparently, I don't know if it was propofol that Hogan was taking, but apparently he had to take they said a lethal amount of drugs to be able to sleep because of all his back injuries and things like that. And the Netflix documentary, I feel like, is pretty damning to all of it. And it makes me more curious why Brooke Hogan is the one out here screaming for the top of the rooftops, but you don't hear Nick saying anything, or even Hulk Hogan's wife saying anything. So his third wife saying anything. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because Brooke removed herself from the will that she's got nothing to lose, and other ones don't want to
probably
losing the millions, but I mean, it's not shocking to me that she went into hiding in obscurity, because it's a pretty high profile thing. I mean, like you said, it's been what, 10, 11 months? It's almost been a year. It'll be in a year in
July, because he died when we were in San Diego.
We're in San Diego, yeah. So it's almost been a year, and we're still talking about this. People are still questioning this. So we still don't have a legitimate cause of death. And if they're still out here changing autopsies and shit like that, wouldn't.
You had Ric Flair saying that Hulk Hogan died of street cocaine, street drugs. You got some bad drugs.
Yeah, because I'm going to believe fucking Ric Flair.
But it is a little weird, and you're right. Through the scrutiny of the whole situation, of course, people, death threats, people, everywhere you go, you have no privacy. People cursing you because, you say you didn't do your job, this and that. So she probably went into hiding, but it's just kind of weird that she disappeared. Like I said, it's like, not to change the subject, but all those scientists that are mysteriously passing away,
now you're getting into real deep conspiracy theories.
That's the thing.
Conspiracies.
Hey, that's, but you got that. So kind of like these conspiracies can run deep. But listen.
Yeah.
We all know there's three sides: his side, her side, and the truth. We don't know what's going on, and you can't hear from her side. I mean, his side, because she's gone. Now, obviously, you can't hear her side because she disappeared. What is the truth? So.
How many licks it takes to get to the center of Tootsie Pop, the world may never know.
Exactly.
3, right?
Three. 1, 2, 3.
Nah.
Yep. But that's the Dirty Dom sheets for this week. I'll work on some more after that. As time goes, there's a lot of things brewing. I had something else about the NXT call-ups, that there was going to be a big, another big call-up of rosters from NXT. And Nikkita Lyons and Jada Parker and a couple of Lola Vice and all those, they're talking about bringing up the summertime. So at the end of the day, you might as well just deplete the rest of NXT of the stars that are on their way out now to bring them up to the main rosters, to fill up the main rosters, and have all the newer candidates come into the fold in NXT and have that totally take over that brand. And I don't know, what do you think? Like I said, definitely you could use more women in the on the rosters that are, because obviously the ones they have they're not utilizing, but maybe you pump new blood in there, you get some new championship matches, and you get some stuff that actually can make these mid cards and the championship stuff go well. What do you think, Sticks?
The call ups are going to happen for sure. When, I don't know, if it's summertime, it might be because they're going to rest some people, get some of these guys in. But the problem is, once you start depleting NXT, where are you going to pull your talent from? LFG?
Well, LFG,
you go from LFG to NXT, from NXT to the main roster. That's
the way it is.
Or a WWE ID promotion.
Yeah.
Right. But we've already seen what's happened with some of those guys, though, because the one winner got cut.
It's just there's a lot of things, but like I said, it's cheaper to bring up some of these people from NXT than paying the guys that you let go. You let go 26 people. 26 people. Most of the Raw, most of the SmackDown roster, and a few people from Raw. You got to fill in those spots. You got look. You got people crying foul because you have Liv Morgan, nobody to challenge her. You got you have Jay Cargill fighting Rhea Ripley, but the whole fact is that you need more blood, more stuff to be pumping into. And look, the tag team division, the women's division, actually on SmackDown with JC Jane, she's in there now, and they're getting a lot of nuclear heat, which is fantastic.
Okay, so we talk about call-ups. We talk about they need more girls or more more tag teams, men's tag team, women's singles. The fact of the matter is, though, there's only so much on air time for that. So between Raw and SmackDown, you're going to get maybe one or two singles matches for women. You get 3 for men. You get your tag teams. You get your, whatever else happens. Your other matches that they pull out of a hat. So that's they're vying for very limited time. In the not accounting NXT, but in the main roster of Raw and SmackDown, that a lot of those matches we see get pushed into these PLEs that don't deserve to be on a PLE. I mean, yeah, we need them, but where are they going to put them? That's my one point for that.
What do you got, Matt?
I mean, yeah, you're going to have to do that. And I don't necessarily know that Nikkita Lyons is, in my opinion, ready to be called up because she's kind of been injured and on and off TV a lot. Jada Parker, I don't feel like she's ready. I feel like Tatum Paxley's ready. Call her up. You could have Izzy Dame come up. We still haven't even gotten Blake Monroe to debut yet. We're talking about call-ups.
Well, she debuted on Friday night. She actually made an appearance.
Yeah, but I mean, she hasn't wrestled on SmackDown yet. No. But I think you're going to have to do that to replenish the women's division, and that's the thing is they want to get more stars up through that developmental program through LFG and NXT to the main roster. I think there's some sense of urgency there because if we're being honest, like Becky said, she's done at the end of this contract, whenever that is. You got a lot of aging stars. AJ Lee, Paige is only here for one more run. The Bella Twins are here for one more run. So like you got a lot of stars that are aging out, and WWE is clearly focusing on age. And you have Joe Hendry, who's in his 40s, just getting called up from NXT to WWE or going to be in his 40s. So it's not like he's a new young talent either. So they're going to have to do something and start moving some of these younger talent up quicker because, in 5 years from now, you're staring at WWE that doesn't have Roman Reigns, doesn't have LA Knight, doesn't have CM Punk, might not have Cody Rhodes, probably doesn't have Becky Lynch, no longer has an AJ Lee, maybe no longer has a Bailey, who knows who else, Yep. So they got to kind of turn around this call up thing a little bit quicker, kind of churn people in and out. But all right, we have been requested by Brandon Young if we can do our Clash in Italy picks right now.
Let's get it going.
We will go ahead and do that now. We will give you that, Brandon. We will go ahead and rock into our Clash in Italy picks before we jump into our reviews of this past week's shows. So I will hand it over to Sticks to give us our Clash in Italy. Let's do our Clash in Italy picks to see if I can last as the IWC off the mat PLE champion for more than just fucking 4 days.
We'll give you 5.
This is quick turnaround. I feel like I'm being plotted against. I feel like there's some shenanigans at foot. I feel like Dom is rigging the system because he doesn't want me to be champion, so I have to turn around and defend my championship so quickly. This is shenanigans, erroneous on all accounts, but I am a fighting champion, and I will do this for you beautiful people here in our little off the mat community. Sticks, I'm going to stop rambling now. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's get into it. So first on my docket, not necessarily what the PLE is going to have, Roman Reigns, who's the champion, versus Jacob Fatu in a tribal combat match.
Is this where Zilla Fatu finally shows up? Because did you guys see what Zilla Fatu did in House of Glory?
No,
I
missed that.
He retained his championship in House of Glory, but after he retained it, he took the belt off and threw it at his opponent in the middle of the ring and walked off without the belt. Ooh. So could that have been him signaling his leaving House of Glory to come to WWE to help Jacob Fatu? And he's been rocking that. Jacob Fatu was rocking that werewolf chain that Zilla Fatu got him on Raw. So could we be getting more hints to Zilla making his debut at Clash in Italy?
Possibly. Sure.
I'm going to tell you this. I think Roman retains. I don't see Roman losing the belt now.
Well, it's not a belt match. It's just a.
Well,
belt isn't up for grabs.
Well, you know what, Jake? He could win, but I don't know if he's gonna.
No, in tribal combat, the belt is up for grabs, isn't it?
I thought it was just the tribal chief.
No, I'm pretty sure that the championship is up for grabs.
He's going for the championship, but that's why he's fighting him.
Yeah.
Let me read. Let me go back and read the.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, unless I'm missing something too, because I thought he wins the strap, he gets the title of tribal chief as well.
Let's see what it says here.
And the Ulafala. Because why would you just go for the Ulafala when you were just fighting for the championship? That would make no sense.
The tribal chief retained the title against the Samoan Werewolf for Backlash, but Fatu heinously attacks Reigns after the match. Monday after Backlash, Fatu went on a rampage, blah, 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 blah. Can Fatu become the next tribal chief, or will the OTC remain head of the table and go 3-0 in tribal combat? It doesn't say anything about the belts being up for grabs.
I'm pretty sure the belt is on the line. If the belt's not on the line at Clash in Italy, that
it tells you he's going to win.
Makes that
it just says it just says can Fatu become the next tribal chief? So the tribal chief, the head of the table, is the only thing up for grabs in this match. No belt. If I'm reading that correctly.
If that's the case, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're not going to even have...
Is the belt on the line at Clash in Italy? Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu.
Sticks is going... Or fucking Sticks. Dom's going to AI. This is bad, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I read that, and
It
that's
says yes because yes, the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line at the Tribal Combat event between Roman Reigns.
WWE isn't saying it. I don't care.
It's on the line.
No, yeah, it does. If you look at
Where?
the WWE website, it says Tribal Combat for the World Heavyweight title and title of Tribal Chief was on the line when Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu clash in Italy.
Okay,
I will
there you
show
go.
it.
I'm reading the write up right on the website. I don't know where it said that. Where did it say that?
Here, I'll show you. Share screen. Get your bifocals on, Sticks.
I got transitionals. So shut up.
Right here, Tribal Combat for the World Heavyweight title and title of Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu.
Okay, so
Right.
back to what I was saying.
All right.
Roman's going to keep the belt because he's a bigger draw with the belt at SummerSlam. If you take the belt off him, you take it off at SummerSlam.
I think if you're safe, you do that. If WWE wants to quit being safe and be unpredictable, you put the belt on Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns already is not advertised for the whole month of June. He's not advertised for Night of Champions. Take the belt off him. Let Jacob have the belt, and you could have Roman take it back. You could have Roman win King of the Ring and take it off Jacob at SummerSlam. You could have Roman come back and win the belt at SummerSlam and take it off of him. Make things interesting. Have Jacob be champion and just go absolutely hog wild for a month.
Basically, Matt, you're definitely right. If Zilla Fatu comes in, it's the best time for Zilla Fatu to come in. Everything is written, everything's aligned. But as much as I would like to see that happen, I think Roman retains.
Yes, WWE is safe. Roman's going to probably retain, but I think if you want to be smart, and if you're Triple H, you put the belt on Jacob, because the only way Roman's really going to drop the belt is going to be to a family member. So why not let Jacob have it? Why not mix things up? Why not make things a little bit more interesting? The bloodline shit is already boring. People are already out on it. Let Jacob carry that title. Let Jacob carry the title for a little bit until SummerSlam, and you could have Roman win it off him at SummerSlam. But I'm gonna go with Roman too. I'm gonna go the safe route here.
You're gonna take the safe route.
Take Roman as well.
Well, then I'll go the hard route. I'll go Fatu winning, and I guess I'll take with the help of Zilla. Zilla will show up, or maybe not even alone, maybe someone else with him, and Fatu will go over on Reigns, and I guess he's taking the championship and the Ulafala.
All right,
so
there it is, locked in.
There you go. I said it. I can't change it.
I mean, you can. Dom does.
I do.
You know what? No. All right. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship match.
Gunther's winning this match because, they're not going to build him up as the career killer the way they have been, and then move him from a program with LA Knight to SmackDown specifically for this. And Cody Rhodes already beat him. It's Gunther's winning this championship. Gunther's going to be the WWE champion.
Yep. All right.
I agree with that. I agree
with that 100%. And the reason why he's going to win?
It's not going to be because of the vision.
Nope. Sami Zayn.
Nope.
It could be Sami Zayn. I could see Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn is going to interfere and have Gunther win. So
I could definitely see it.
That's my pick, and that's my extra point right there.
I'll take Gunther clean. I don't think there will be any interference shenanigans, but there could be. But I'll say no, just Gunther.
So you're gonna have two champions changing hands in Clash in Italy. Okay.
I think so.
Usually have one.
We should almost be guessing how long these matches will be going, though, as well. But
Well, I mean, I think that this is the safe.
this one's
bet.
going to definitely be a 20
if there's going to be a title that changes hands, it's going to be this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Rhea's retaining this. Rhea's retaining over Jade Cargill. If Bianca Belair was coming back, I would say it would be Jade Cargill, but Bianca's not coming back anytime soon. Rhea's going to hold this belt for a while.
Hey, Naomi. How long has Naomi been out?
Naomi, it's almost a year.
Yeah. Yeah, because she left in SummerSlam, right?
No, she won the championship. She cashed in.
It was WrestleMania.
No, she won the championship at Money in the Bank because she won Money. No, sorry, she won the Money in the Bank. Then she cashed in the Money in the Bank. I think it was an Evolution, I want to say, and won the title. And
she won the title. She had the title, and
did she cash in at Evolution too, or did she cash in at WrestlePalooza?
At WrestleMania.
No, she didn't.
WrestlePalooza. She did it.
Okay, WrestlePalooza. So then she cashed in at WrestlePalooza, and that was in July of last year, and then she lost the belt at in August, I want to say. So almost a year, August, September-ish.
Yeah. Do you think she comes out?
I don't think so yet. I don't.
SummerSlam, maybe.
I personally wouldn't expect to see Naomi back until probably Royal Rumble next year, maybe Survivor Series. I think because she got to think she had to have the baby, and then she's gonna have to get back into shape and all that. So I think you got to put time on everything. So I think it makes sense. November, December earliest return for Naomi. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking.
I was trying to set scenarios that you would have her turn good again, to.
No, you want Naomi coming back heel.
I know, I want her heel too, but definitely.
They're setting up Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for SummerSlam. It's exactly what they're looking for, and so they're gonna keep this belt on Rhea until SummerSlam, and I bet you Charlotte takes it off her at SummerSlam, but I don't think Jade's beating Rhea in.
Yeah. So Rhea's all gonna win. Is gonna win. So he's gonna retain.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Rhea as well. For same reasons you guys said, and she, So, not that I think Jade's a bad wrestler. I'll put that up, but she still needs a little bit more to go with, but Rhea is the top lady right now in WWE, so keep it on her at least one more time.
Who?
Sol Ruca.
You said Rhea.
Yeah,
Rhea.
It's Rhea, not
Rhea.
Rhea.
You sound like me now.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea. Who's Rhea?
Sol Ruca.
Yeah, Ruca. Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason why Sol Ruca wins? Jessica Carr.
You don't have her beat Becky, but the way she did at Saturday Night Main Event. If you're not gonna put the belt on her at Clash in Italy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think if they didn't muck it up by changing the title to a non-title at Saturday Night's Main Event, I might have thought she would lose here again, but when they change it to a non-title match and she wins, she's probably going to end up winning the belt in the very next PLE. So
I think the dead giveaway is the fact that if Becky won because she pulled Jessica Carr in the way for the Soul Snatcher, that's the end of it. But the fact that Becky came back and proceeded to beat down Sol Ruca, that's kind of the dead giveaway for me that she's taking that belt off of Becky at Clash in Italy.
Okay, that's fair. Is that the last one? I think I have one more. Is there one more?
Right. What we didn't do? Wait, Sol Ruca, go back. I didn't say who was gonna win.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, sorry,
I was
Dom.
agreeing with Matt. Sol Ruca.
I apologize, Dom.
We
Sol
all
Ruca?
knew you were gonna pick whatever I said, anyways, Dom.
I
Because
say
you always
Jessica Carr is gonna be the reason why. Jessica Carr is gonna help us Sol Ruca win.
Oh, I thought I heard you say that.
look at Dom's
Yeah.
trying to pull everything out of his ass to get extra points to win this week.
Yeah, I'm winning this week. I'm winning this week, man. I don't care what anybody says, man. Take no prisoners. I'm winning. Sol Ruca.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then next is as build why you would build it the way they do, but Brock Lesnar Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar 2. This is the only time in recent memory where WWE has put a number on their rematch, which leads me to believe there will be a third.
There will be. So Brock Lesnar is winning this.
Yep.
He's taking this. He is going to beat the ruler.
I think this is where we get the. Oh, go ahead, Dom. You weren't done yet. Go ahead.
No. Or we get the no disqualification. The disqualification for both of them. They just they battle each other, and they both
Gotta
get
pick one, Dom. Gotta pick one.
But I know, but I think Brock's winning this. Brock's going to win.
I think Brock wins this as well, but I think he's gonna win it clean, and he's gonna take. I think Oba's gonna take him deep, and he's got to go deep. This match has to go at least 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
It can't be a squash match. Brock has to throw
15 to 20.
everything he has. I'm talking. He's got to give Oba 4 F5s. He's got to give him suplexes, and Oba's got to kick out of everything. You have to make Oba look strong and make it look like Brock had to pull everything. No, actually, I don't even think you mean Brock doesn't need to win clean. He needs to win via like a low blow or some nefarious, dastardly way to where like he's trying to throw everything he's got at Oba, and Oba's kicking out of everything, and Oba's tanking everything, and to where Brock has to win in a real like nefarious, sneaky, underhanded, un-Brock Lesnar-esque way to beat Obafemi to get his win back, to have Obafemi chase him down for that third match. Because Brock says, I'm just coming out of retirement to get my win back. And so I think Brock's going to get that under nefarious circumstances. And Oba's going to chase him down for that rematch at SummerSlam, to where Oba will finally officially retire Brock Lesnar for real at SummerSlam.
Yep.
But that's what I think. I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar wins this after taking Oba deep, and he has to resort to shenanigans to win.
Okay. All right. So I don't disagree that Brock is probably going to win, but I'm going to go in the DQ range. So I think this fight needs to go at least 15 to 20 minutes. Excuse me. But I think we might get this. We might get the Gunther poking his nose in here to get Brock into a match for SummerSlam. So
I think that's all off the table, because I think Brock all but said he doesn't want to work with Gunther, and WWE's not going to make him work with Gunther.
I know, but you back a truckload of money to a guy, he might say something different afterwards. So I'll say no contest. Gunther gets involved, and
why would Gunther get involved in this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Gunther he'll be the champion
because he wants his hands on Brock Lesnar.
Well, it would make more sense that if Brock Lesnar beat Obafemi here, he went after Gunther for the title instead of Gunther poking.
He has no reason to go after Gunther.
Yeah, he will if Gunther's the WWE champion.
I don't
if
think
Brock Lesnar wants to be a champion one more time, why wouldn't you go after Gunther?
Right. But he hasn't stated that. He says he's only coming back to get his one win back.
Yeah. So
he hasn't stated that he wants a championship again. He stated he wants a win back again.
So then what is Gunther going to do to effectively make Brock Lesnar change his mind? What does Gunther offer Brock Lesnar that Obafemi doesn't, unless it's the championship?
Well, then right. So then Brock, who gets pissed off because he gets involved in the match, says, "You know what? I'm going to come after you. I'm going to take your title, and we're going to see who the Legend Killer is."
I mean, I could see that happening if, like, the next week on SmackDown or Raw, Gunther came out and was taunting Brock Lesnar, saying, like, you know, it took everything you had to beat a rookie, and you couldn't do it straight up. You had to cheat to do it. Like,
Sure.
I could see Gunther getting that match that way by taunting Brock Lesnar, but I don't know. I just don't see Gunther sticking his nose in this match at all. I think that that ship has sailed between Gunther and Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
But I appreciate your picks. If you don't like being the champion, Sticks, then you keep picking things the way you're picking them.
Listen, I'm picking them the way I think they should go.
Can't save you this time, Sticks. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So next week, next Thursday, we'll go over the outcome of Clash in Italy. We will tally up the points as we did for Saturday night's main event to see who is our IWC for Clash in Italy.
Listen, as the way I see it, I'm the only Italian here in the panel, so this belt belongs to me.
Oh, hold on. I'm Italian too, buddy.
Hey, you didn't sound like it when you say, "How you doing?" You don't sound like it, man.
That was my New York accent, huh?
Yeah, there's no New York accent. That's not it. Lies.
So there you go.
Hey, according to 23andMe, I have some Italiano in me too, so you better watch it, eh?
Yeah, be careful, that Bajolo de Culito.
Sticks is more Canadian than he is Italian.
So there you go. Good luck to all
gentlemen.
who give us the picks. We'll probably get Pete and hopefully Dub again. We'll see if we'll try to get Eric to get some picks this week, and maybe I can get Kyle.
Reach out to Eric.
I will.
Yeah,
and then you get your boy Stocks.
We'll see. I've been trying to give him some space. He's
busy, man. He's
busy. I don't want to make him feel like we're always
a comic book creator.
Yeah, he's a busy man. He's a busy man
because there's a
Sticks just doesn't want to ask him because he's the allegations that are being thrown his way that he has cheated for Kyle Starks.
There's a thin line.
Kyle Starks didn't follow through on Sticks's payoff for giving him that win. So Sticks is he's a little upset.
What did you give him, Sticks, to him picks?
No, what am I gonna give? What am I gonna give him?
Kyle promised Sticks. Kyle has not followed through on his promise to Sticks, so Sticks is a little upset.
Nobody wants a drawing by Sticks.
Remember, there's a thin line between being annoying and being a nuisance.
Very thin line.
Very thin line.
Very thin line. Yes, exactly. So there you go. All right.
All right, there you go. Let us know in the comment section below where your picks are for Clash in Italy. And join us next Thursday where you can find out who the new off-the-mat IWC champion is. Will I survive my 5-day reign? Will I continue to be champion? Will Dom overthrow me? Will Sticks ever win an IWC championship?
Pasta Vazul.
You're going to have to tune in next week to find out.
Pasta Vazul.
But all right, let's bring it back to the rest of our reviews where we go to our 3-count where we review this week's shows, where our best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night. And we're going to start with, of course, Friday Night SmackDown from last week, and we'll hand it over to Dirty Domtober to kick us off for what was your 3-count review of Friday Night SmackDown last week?
Well, my best moment was Carmella Hayes versus Trick Williams. You know, that was a pretty good match until friggin' Starks came into Ricky Saints came in to interfere. But I think that was a really good moment because we all like the Carmelo and Trick fights in NXT. They were pretty good. To see it on the main roster, which actually turned out to be really good. And the worst moment, the worst moment was the damn water bottles were attacked again by Sami Zayn. But he left one water bottle.
Crash out Sammy.
Yep, crash out Sammy again. So yeah, that's why I think Sammy is going to be the key factor to that Cody Rhodes and Gunther fight. And actually, you know what? Sami Zayn and Gunther and Cody Rhodes fight were pretty good. So SmackDown was pretty good, but they still like and seeing LA seeing Monday night, seeing the NFT the MFTs it's only three of them now. When are they going to have the betrayal and Tonga's going to freaking goddamn attack Solo and start that storyline? He keeps getting beat. Freaking slow style. Freaking keeps talking sense into him. But that was my my best moment and the worst moment. I didn't have what were you thinking moment, but you know what? Yeah, I do. Freaking Johnny, freaking have him plank out a fucking box.
Johnny Gargano.
Come on, man. You're wasting a talent that could be actually a pretty good part of the mid card, if you really think about it. So that was that.
All right.
Good. I'll go next, Six. I'll make you go last.
Thank you.
My best moment of the night on SmackDown was the Charlotte Flair having another wardrobe malfunction.
Yes. Oh, the Michin thing. She was very happy to see when she saw that. She saw that freaking. She saw the roast beef sandwich right there, and she was happy.
Oh.
Yikes. My what were they thinking moment of the night is the Johnny Gargano stuff. I do not
Arby's,
understand.
we have the beef.
What they're doing with Johnny Gargano.
And
my worst moment of the night is just I don't know, man. I'm kind of over the Tonga stuff and hasn't even really taken off yet. But I don't know. It might even be the Tiffany Stratton Lash Legend match for me because I kind of feel like Tiffany's regressing in her in-ring abilities.
You know what? 'Cause ever since she turned around and said that she wants to start doing acting, stuff like that her mind is like off of wrestling. That she's really not.
I think it's ever since she broke up with Kaiser and got this new boyfriend that her in-ring abilities seem to be regressing.
They're having sex melees every freaking damn day. What do you want?
I mean, good for them.
I mean,
lucky him.
Go ahead, Sticks.
As long as she doesn't get that 9-month flu again that's going around WWE.
Yeah. Stop
that. That only plastic surgery can fix.
Yeah.
I don't know if
the Charlotte Flair flu.
Nah, he's talking about the Prego.
The 9-month flu.
Oh, the Prego flu. Okay.
The Prego flu. The one that gets you pregnant. Best moment for me was the Gunther Cody Rhodes interaction. I thought that was good. Worst moment, that Tonga and the MFT. I don't care about them anymore. I really don't care about it. And just putting him up against Slow Style doesn't make it any better for me. I'm not a Slow Style guy. Never will be. So yeah, worst moment. What were they thinking for my? What were they thinking? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it? Wasn't it? On Friday, where was it? This Friday or last Friday? I'm getting them confused. Where Miz and Kit did their rap. With Trick and was it this week or was it last week?
No, that was last week.
Okay.
Well, because Carmella fought Trick this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I really don't have a what were they thinking? Or I guess Damian Priest, Royce Keys. That's just having them have a match is kind of a what are they thinking? I mean, yeah, it could have gone better a little bit, but
they didn't have a match. They figured he went to help them. And
yeah, Royce Keith saved Damian Priest from getting beat down by Solo Sikoa in Tala Tonga.
Okay. I'm getting the last 2 weeks confused.
Oh, instead of what were they thinking? What are you watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. What am I remembering?
Remember, you just said it yourself. Sticks is a week behind, so
it is. Yeah, you're right.
Everything that Sticks watches is a week behind. All right, that's it for SmackDown. Now we'll hand it over from Monday Night Raw. Best moment, worst moment, and what were you thinking moment of the night? Sticks, take it away from Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, something. Monday Night Raw. Let me get to Monday Night Raw here, where my picks were. Raw was good. I did enjoy it. The whole. I'm tired of these. For my it could be either a worst moment or it could be a way. Are you thinking these? These signing segments. We're gonna sign to have the match. You already got the match set up. Why do you have to have these signings? It's just a waste of a segment.
Yeah, match you've already had made official for a month. You're gonna do a signing now.
Yeah. So that's a twofer there for you. What else did we have? We had I don't need a Brock Lesnar video package.
I actually thought that was pretty cool. The video package. I'd rather see him in person, but
I would put it on their social media. That should be something that goes on their social media.
Yeah.
It's, again, a waste of a segment that you could have had a match in during, right? What's my best? I don't really know if I have a best of. Lyra Valkyria. Okay. Here's my best. You ready for my best? Austin Theory giving Joe Hendry the chair. Thank you for giving him the chair from his horrible singing. Yeah, thank you, because I'm tired of his singing. I don't want his singing. I don't need
Paul
Elias. I don't need another Elias.
Fire Logan Paul.
Yeah, if that's the only song he knows.
Paul. Fire Logan Paul.
Get out of here.
Paul. Fire Logan Paul.
Yeah. I'm done with it. I'm done. I don't need Elias coming back with his little concerts or The Rock having his little concerts. What's that say?
Say his name.
I already said his name.
Paul. Fire Logan Paul. Sorry. Okay, we're done.
No, there you go. Those were my three for Raw.
Best moment of the night for me was Javon Evans versus Penta starting the show. We started the show hot with some good professional wrestling. My worst moment of the night is the probably the Rey Mysterio versus Rusev match. I didn't really care for that. I don't know why Rey Mysterio just gets inserted, especially when he's a GM now in that Intercontinental Championship stuff. Because if they want to do Penta versus Rey, why not just do it in AAA? And my what were they thinking moment of the night is, God damn, how long does it take Roman Reigns to get to the ring? I'm so tired. I think
there's a contest for longest.
And how are you going to have them be so visceral towards each other, where Jacob Fatu is choking Roman out every week with the Tongan death grip, and then you're just gonna have them shake hands at the end of the segment? Like, you have Jacob out there throwing chairs, disrespecting furniture, disrespecting his surroundings, throwing computer chairs, and then you're just gonna have them shake hands at the end of this segment. Didn't make any sense. Yep. Family or not, makes no sense. So there's my best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night.
All right, my best moment, Montez Ford versus Seth Rollins, because we never fought before. That was a good fight.
That's true.
It was good. I enjoyed that. And the second best was the Javon Evans and the Penta match was awesome. The worst moment of the night was I can't take Austin Theory serious.
Oh.
You know, with him being mad, you know, the way he was. I want revenge on everybody that does. It took out the freaking Logan Paul. This and that. You know, where was Braun Breaker? He's injured. Oops, injured. What were they thinking? Yeah, you're right. The ending doesn't make any sense. I know it's a tribal combat, and it's about family, but the fact is you're killing each other all week long.
Trial by snoo snoo.
But then all of a sudden you're practically kissing at the end of the show. And they put their heads together like,
yeah.
You know,
we know what Dom was making on ChatGPT after Raw went off the air, huh?
My other what else was I thinking was, can we stop saying fire Logan Paul? Give the man some respect. He got injured. He's out for the next 6 to 7 months.
Paul.
You know, it's a catchy tune, but it's aggravating. And please,
fire Logan Paul.
Well, why can't we have Joe Henry fighting? Well, in fact, we're going to probably have Monday night. We're going to probably have Joe Henry versus Austin Theory. That's going to be a freaking a match. But
Italy. Yeah, remember we have a special start time for SmackDown this week. If you watch on
it's 12 o'clock
on Netflix, and then you're also going to have one for Raw as well.
Tuesday night. It's Tuesday night. You have Monday and Tuesday.
No, this week. So tomorrow night's SmackDown.
All right, so it's SmackDown tomorrow, but then next week it's gonna be Monday and Tuesday SmackDown. Raw SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But overall, the matches were pretty decent in Raw. But I said the highlight had to go with the Montez Ford and freaking Seth Rollins. I really enjoy that, and that's why I think Montez.
Yeah,
Ford
it was a really good match.
Was really he's gonna be joining the division.
I don't think he's joining the division. I think they want to push Montez Ford as a single run, and it would be Angelo Dawkins that joins the division.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think that. I don't know if that makes sense.
My friend said the same thing. He was like that, but maybe it could be true. I don't know. But Montez Ford has the look and the feel of what the division looks for. Type of attitude, cockiness.
Okay.
All right. You lost to figure Seth Rollins, and all of a sudden, we have a comment, and we're going to do this. Well, we're going to hang together. Come on.
Hey, man, you've never made a friendship out of getting an ass whooping?
I did.
Or handing out an ass whooping?
Well, we're talking about reality here, man.
Yeah, that is reality.
Oh, it's not. So I don't know, because we've seen this before. Think about it. How many times have you seen stuff like this before happen? On Raw, SmackDown, Wrestling.
I'm just saying.
Come on. Brutus the Barber Beefcake got Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels on the same page. And what did Shawn Michaels do? Kick him through a freaking window in the barbershop. Come on.
Better getting hit off the head with a coconut.
I love that. Roddy Piper, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. It's my favorite moment. Piper's Pit.
Yep.
All right. NXT. Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking? Moment of the night. Sticks, NXT.
All right, NXT. And I did watch NXT this week. So
hot dog.
Hot dog indeed. All right. Get my sheet up here. All right. Let's see here. Worst moment. I'll start with the worst moment. It was the first match was good. Worst moment. Dark State. Dark State. I don't care who's in Dark State. Dark State is not working.
Dork State.
Oh, we lost it. We're back on the page we used to be on. We're gonna come at you like we always were. Who cares? Nobody cares. You're a dying investment with this whole coming out of the shadows routine. You guys have already been there, done that. Now you gotta double down on it. Come on. And then at the end, you get if you watched at the end, you get this tease of some like blue Spider-Man looking guy standing on top of the trailer. Get out of here. What the hell?
It's the blue meanie.
It's unless it's what's his name. There's a character in OVW. Is that OVW? Yeah, OVW. That like he's like a superhero. Something like that. Best moment of the night is I'll go with the Nathan Frazier Roman Moreno match. I thought that was a really good match. I didn't know really because I missed NXT a lot because of my schedule, but I got to see those guys. I got to enjoy their match. So that was a good moment for me as far as the night. But my what are they thinking? I don't know. I got to try and figure out what's going on with, and I would butcher the new name they gave him, but with Evil and with Tony D'Angelo. So is Tony D'Angelo, is he trying to come at Tony D'Angelo, or is he trying to?
He said that him and Tony D'Angelo are destined to fight, and that
Right.
he's.
But now he's like protecting him.
Yeah, he's protecting Tony D'Angelo until that happens. So
that happens.
Right now,
Okay.
Tony D'Angelo is slated to fight Cam Hendricks on NXT for the NXT Championship next week, I believe. And Nakaru is gonna face him after that, so he's gonna protect him.
I got a little confused because I was like, well, he's clearly trying to help him, but not. So now I kind of get it, I guess. But it just didn't either click with me or I didn't understand what he was proposing. Maybe it was the my translation of what he was saying. So,
what about you, Dom?
To be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to watch NXT this week, but I did watch it.
Dom.
Yeah, kind of figured I didn't get a chance to watch it because I'm busy. Listen, there's sometimes I don't get a chance to watch wrestling at all, but I catch up. But I did see my girl Jada won, so which was a good thing.
You tuned in to see Jada.
Yeah, but I did catch the other segment with Tony D'Angelo and Karu. How do you say his was it Makaru? What's his how do you say his name?
Nakayo?
Yeah, freaking goddamn.
How you said it, Matt? Nakayo?
Naraku?
Naraku. Yeah. But I got to catch up on this next week. I didn't get a chance to really sit down and watch it.
What were they thinking of the night is the Speed Championship. I kind of feel like the Speed Championship is pointless now. They should just get rid of the Speed Championship. The worst moment of the night is anything Dark State related. Who cares about Dark State? They're a poor man's Shield. And my favorite moment of the night, man, I don't know that I had a favorite moment of the night.
Izzy Dane, that fight looked pretty good.
Yeah, I did like the Izzy Dane fight, but I also really liked the Kalani Jordan,
Ren
Sinclair too.
Yeah,
that was a good match. I'll touch on the men's speed a little bit. I mean, you have them a double count, right? Why don't you just say, all right, you're going to get another 30 seconds or another minute, add a minute and have them go again. Why would you?
Oh boy.
Okay, you're both out. So now these two guys are we're going to have the match now tonight. It seemed kind of, I don't want to say forced, but like, not the way it probably should have gone.
Yeah.
So.
All right. What about Dynamite? Did either of you watch Dynamite last night?
Nope.
No, I missed it.
For me,
I gotta start watching it though.
My best moment of the night was two. It was actually the fact that Edge brought a sack full of disposable cameras to the ring and handed them out so that him and Christian could do their 5-second pose in AEW.
Really?
Dust off that old chestnut. I really liked the return of Kyle Fletcher that was kept under wraps and nobody saw that coming. That was great. The Owen Hart Classic stuff has been really good too. But that was pretty much it for me. It was just kind of like the worst moment and the best moment, or the what were they thinking moment, are kind of the same. It's like Dynamite was boring. Other than those couple of things, Dynamite was boring. And how are you going to come off you're being praised for putting out one of the best pay-per-views, not in AEW, but in professional wrestling altogether of the year, in Double or Nothing, and then you follow it up with a lackluster, mediocre, boring Dynamite. Like, you should have come out firing all cylinders for Dynamite. I didn't need to see everyone banned from ringside, Chris Jericho versus Ricochet again. I didn't need to see Orange Cassidy versus Leo Rush versus Brian Cage. I liked the Claudio Castagnoli versus Brody King match for the Owen, but otherwise, Dynamite was boring, which is a shame because the how good Double or Nothing was brought me over to actually sit down and watch Dynamite last night, and it was fucking boring.
Well, I think you said it earlier because you said they gave you too much on their PLE. Maybe that kind of spilled over to Dynamite because they gave you so much on their PLE. They didn't really have anything to follow it up with.
Absolutely. There's absolutely matches at Double or Nothing that could have been on Dynamite. Like,
there you go.
I think the trios match with the Death Riders could have been on Dynamite match. What was it? What other match am I thinking of? The Owen Hart Mat Foundation, the Athena and Maria Shirakawa could have been a Dynamite match, and especially the John Moxley Kyle O'Reilly submission match, or John Moxley Kyle O'Reilly Continental Championship match could have been a Dynamite match. And there you go. You free up 3 matches off your PLE and put them on Dynamite, and you automatically make Dynamite just that much immensely better.
Right. So there you go.
All right. Now we're going to hand it over for Sticks to see the heat check. What is Sticks hot on this week, and what is Sticks cold on this week?
All right. So my hot and cold are kind of the same thing this week. So there's going to be a lot of words on the screen, and I'll talk you through it. So this, I couldn't remember if we talked about this 2 weeks ago, but 2 weeks ago, and it came up again in the last couple of days, where Kevin Nash is talking about the unionization of the WWE. Okay. So I thought I'd touch on this a little bit, and I just wanted to go over what kind of things we're looking at as far as what would it mean for them to be in the a union, which they're saying that they would go into the SAG-AFTRA union. So the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah, because they're freaking actors. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. But
there's
a little more to them, and we'll see. So Kevin Nash came out and said, you can't have it both ways. You can't play Endeavor at the top with 300% increases and a 1099, sorry, with the dock workers. If they're going to play by those rules, let the boys play by the same rules. go through Screen Actors Guild. They'll be more than happy to take the cut of the money. It won't be 50%, but it'll change the ball game. Take one of the programs that written down, and you tell me that program isn't more heavily written and more produced than Curb Your Enthusiasm was when all those actors got SAG paid. Kevin Nash on his KLQ Click podcast. I don't disagree with Kevin, but let's go through and we're going to see what it means to be in SAG-AFTRA. And
I'm SAG.
Do you still pay your
SAG,
dues?
Dom? You're SAG?
No, actually, I was going for my when I was doing my acting stuff back in the day, but I never got it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA is a labor union that represents 160,000 media professionals, including actors, broadcasters, and recording artists. It works in a way of negotiating collective bargaining agreements, enforcing workplace safety standards, and securing residual payments for its members. I think that's those last two are kind of important as far as the WWE is concerned. Collective bargaining, the union acts on behalf of its members to negotiate national contracts such as TV, theatrical agreements. Major producers and network contracts establish minimum pay rates, mandatory rest periods, on-set safety protocols, health, and retirement contributions. Okay, so let's get to the next one. And then when I get to my cold, I'll tell you why it's probably kind of shaky. Contract enforcement and residuals. Once the contract is in place, SAG-AFTRA will enforce the rules to ensure that producers provide safe working environments and proper meal breaks. The union also tracks and collects residuals, residuals are payments for things like in reruns or replays, that sort of thing. Ongoing royalties, actors paid to actors, the project re-aired, syndicated, or streamed, providing them with income between jobs. And the streamed is interesting because with WWE, you get a lot, when you get the back catalog, okay, right now I don't think they're getting paid any residuals if someone goes in to watch your match from 3 years ago. That's not happening.
No.
So that would be something that would be good for these guys. Membership rules, protect union workers. Strict rule members are not permitted to work on any non-union productions. Once you join the union, you must exclusively take jobs that operate under SAG-AFTRA contracts.
So there's the bad part. That means that they would be able to take no independent bookings. Not that WWE can or lets them, but like if they did a unionized thing where they had to do a union, and that means that to do professional wrestling you have to go under the union, then they wouldn't be able to book indie gigs.
So if you're going to go to somewhere else, they have to be under SAG-AFTRA.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a lot of benefits.
There are a good number of benefits.
Your job is secure.
Man,
your job is secure.
Right. Here we go.
They can't release you.
Okay. So how do you join their union? You cannot simply sign up to be SAG-AFTRA. You have to earn your eligibility by being, acting, stunt work, being the recording artist. That's how you qualify for membership. And I think these guys would automatically get that's what they're doing. We all know wrestling is scripted, right?
No, really.
The problem is a lot of these guys are already SAG-AFTRA because you would.
There are a few that are.
Like John Cena would have to be if you had any movie role. So that means like Seth Rollins probably is because of his time on Captain America. The Miz is. you know,
I'm gonna get to Cena in a minute. Because he's an interesting case study when it comes to this. Dues and fees. Dues, you pay the whatever your due fee equals up to. I think currently it says here it's a $3,100 national dues and fees. So, Dom, that would cut out your trips to San Diego Comic-Con.
That's us.
All right. Now on the cold side, so here I'm going to talk about why I don't believe this is going to happen anytime soon. All right. So WWE wrestlers, as we know, are not unionized under SAG-AFTRA, while performers are classified as independent contractors by WWE. Some individuals are SAG-AFTRA members if they do outside film, television, and commercial work. However, this membership does not provide union protections or health benefits for their wrestling careers. We just mentioned John Cena. John Cena is a SAG-AFTRA member. I find it interesting that SAG-AFTRA let him come back to WWE. He had to probably sign off that he's doing it, right?
So they have he talks about it. They have a special insurance that they have to carry, additional insurance that they have to carry to do things like this. And he had to put that out of his pocket, the additional insurance, to be able to come back to the ring.
Yeah. I still think it's interesting that they let him do it because of his I don't know if they can or stop him from doing outside work, but it seems like in the writing, it kind of seems like they kind of can, but but they put extra layers. Okay, you got to get extra insurance, and that costs money on the guy. Who cares? I mean, John Cena's making good money now with being Peacemaker, and he's Peacemaker. So. He's got a couple other movies that he's done too, but
he's got other movies that are coming out too. He got a couple of Netflix.
He had one. Was it Netflix? Did he have a Netflix? He had a Netflix movie or something.
He's got one coming out. Yeah.
It's called Little Brother or something. Brother something.
Yeah. So as far as the history of the labor discussion, the debate of whether WWE performers should unionize has resurfaced. Of course, we've known it's resurfaces periodically, as it's yet to gain enough traction for formal vote to organize. In 2020, discussions spiked after WWE released Zelina Vega for maintaining a third-party content platform like Twitch and OnlyFans. At that time, SAG-AFTRA leadership publicly expressed a desire to engage with wrestlers to help them secure protections, but a formal union was never formed.
I don't think it ever will be either, because
I don't think so either.
Professional wrestling is still very much a carnival style act. Mm-hmm. So I don't foresee them ever unionizing.
In my opinion, you would have to classify them all as stunt performers.
Yes.
For it to kind of work. Just to kind of show you the dual role, many top wrestlers maintain SAG-AFTRA status for outside work, utilize protection. John Cena, noted working under SAG-AFTRA contract in Hollywood, require them to halt or limit their in-ring wrestling due to insurance, stunt work, and liability causes. Conversely, SAG-AFTRA actors must make guest appearances on WWE television, must temporarily follow union rules which regulate cross-promotion during industry strikes.
Yeah, so if they go on strike, then all the WWE wrestlers are going to have to be on strike too.
Would have to be on strike as well. Yeah. Yes, right. That's definitely something that WWE does not want, or TKO does not want to see. And that's where I think it'll never happen, because then you what was the last strike? The last strike was 4 months.
Yeah, something like that. And that's when you saw a lot of these wrestlers come back. Yeah.
Well, you got to look at it this way. Sometimes I think you can make a brand new union that doesn't specialize in certain there's certain aspects that they can do. There's always somebody coming out with a brand new feasible contract that actually makes a lot more sense. Look, they are actors, stuntmen, performers. They have all three of those things underneath their and they all got outside gigs that they do things.
Yeah,
there's gonna getting released by WWE. It would prevent them from getting released. You can't just release people off the bat because you want to cut payroll. You want to do things. You would have to go through.
You'd have to honor the contract that you have with the guy.
Exactly. And another thing too is that these long contracts that you 90-day clause, you can't sign with another organization after 90 days.
Wouldn't have that.
Get paid anything. Look what happened with Ray Phoenix when he was injured and he was out.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled his merchandise sales.
90 day would go away.
Exactly. So he couldn't get any money off merchandise sales because he wasn't fighting. He wasn't getting paid. So look, we're all in union, right? We all union, right? You're in the union, Sticks.
Yeah. Right. I'm in CSE.
Right? You're not in the union, Matt, right?
No.
But you see in our contracts, that we got, like we just got the new contract now, 8 years. 8 years. So it helps. Some of the stuff in the contract, yes, I understand there's certain things that's aggravating, but you have to overlook things. Sometimes it's like, look, if they go on strike because of the actors go on strike, that's the thing of Hollywood, entertainment. You should be able to keep your job. You shouldn't be able to get freaking laid off or fired off the bat due to freaking. So look, when I got laid off my job for 13 months because of COVID, that shit sucked.
Right.
And I'm number 3 in seniority, and I got laid off. And number 5, number 4, the number 5 4 guy actually worked because he had a license, he had an FSC license. But the whole fact is that if you're a union, you should not be getting trumped by anything. But then they said by due to the rules, the needs of the establishment. But
right.
That's why contracts and being union, there are the speculations that are good, speculations that are bad. But they should come up with something that actually has certain traits of a regular contract, but not the craziness of that you have to go on strike. In case there is a strike, you can work, but you have some speculation in that, but you can still work. Hey, look, like I said, if that happens, you can rest assured that there'll be money. The ticket prices will go up even more. There'll just be a lot of it's a trickle effect when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, I think a lot of hoops would have to get jumped through for WWE or any wrestling company to have a union of any sort because of the physicality of it. They're not just doing an acting job. They're doing, like I said, they're doing stunt work. They're doing
but it's still acting.
Athletic moves.
But look, another thing. How long will these contracts be? Say if you're stuck in a contract. And you
the contracts would lessen up. It would be like 3 to 5 years. You're not gonna get,
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a contract like, I don't know. You're not gonna get any kind of 10-year contract. You're gonna get like a 3 or 5 year contract. That's usually 3 years. I think is usually a good run for a character.
Yeah. We'll see.
As long as it takes off, as long as your character takes.
You know that after SummerSlam, they probably lay off some people again.
No, I don't think so. I think we're done with the layoffs for a while.
Yeah,
maybe. You never know. I mean, they still kept going with the layoffs even after.
Well, we'll see what happens.
The initials, so you never know. That's it. That's it for my hot cold. I thought that was an interesting thing to look at. So I thought I'd throw it in there.
Good job,
Definitely is.
Sticks. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about this week? Cook on, or I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Before we head out here, Eric's picks are in. Eric is taking, and I have it written down so Sticks can't cheat.
Okay.
Sol Ruca, Roman Reigns, Brock, Cody, and Rhea.
Okay. Nice.
So there you
Very
go.
good. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else going on. I will ask, watch along on Sunday?
Yeah,
I'm leaning towards yes. I'm leaning towards yes,
Yeah.
but
I'm off of work on Sunday, so I'll probably be able to do it depending on it's at 2:00, right?
2:00.
2:00.
My time. 2:00 our time. Yeah.
I should be all right.
11:00 Matt's time.
Yeah, I should be able to do it.
oh shit, it's at 11 in the morning my time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I should be good.
There you go.
Let's do it, boys. Watch along for
There you go.
Clash in Italy.
Watch along. There you go. So we'll see you on Sunday night then.
It's been decided.
Well, Sunday morning.
Sunday afternoon.
I will also be watching the Mask versus Mask on Saturday nights.
Yes, AAA. Yes. Where
Listen,
we already
Kai's
know
gonna-
who's going to win that.
Yeah,
match.
look, Chad Gable's losing his mask because you freaking Kaiser now is a god over there in AAA. They love him over there for what he did, protecting his girl and protecting So
Not to mention that Chad Gable has already been advertised for his return to Monday Night Raw.
Yep. So they fucking ruined it already. I know. Dumbasses.
What are you gonna do?
They can't keep anything secret over there.
You're right. But all right, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Off the Mat. If you want more from Sticks, you can check him out every Tuesday night on his channel for his Doctor Who Rewind. Of course, you can go over to Renovision. You can find their link below. Check him and Dom out tomorrow night. If you're into comic books on The Qualified, you can check him out with me every Saturday night on S&S. You can check out more from Dom on Sundays in the Star Wars show. If you don't want to watch The Qualified tomorrow night and you're into Star Wars, you can go check out Dom and the boys over on the Star Wars show. And of course, you can check us out here every Thursday night right here on Off the Mat for all your hottest professional wrestling takes. Please make sure to leave us in the comments section below your picks or Clash in Italy. And of course, as always, Dom, take us out with some words of wisdom, would you?
Today was a National Burger Day. Did anybody get deals? Because I didn't get any deals. I went to a couple places. They had no deals. So why have International Burger Day and not have any type of
Did you buy a burger?
I didn't buy a burger. I wound up going to getting sushi. That's how.
Complains about International Burger Day, proceeds to not get a burger. That's like the most Dom thing ever. But on that note, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button on your guys' way out, and we'll see you guys on Sunday for the watch along of WWE Clash in Italy. So long, everybody.